I mean, the last time I talked, I heard about a whole Chelsea rebrand. But if you guys want to go back to your slutty ways going through managers,
Wow.
Let Beta speak on it.
They're pimping out themselves now.
Big your true Betas.
You know how many times I cry? You know how many times I cry, bro? Every time I see Nagelsmann coaching,
you can't call this team a golden generation. There's nothing.
Hans was asked, what is a register? I swear he said, someone.
No way. I knew it.
Once is an anomaly, twice a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern, 4 times is juju. That's my saying. So, I'm sorry, it's witchcraft is happening. Bayern said, hold my beer. Bayern sold my beer. Mike, I'm not playing that crap you sent me in the DM, bro. I'm going to bond that. I'm not even going to mention it. I'm not going to say that is going to be bonds because I'm going to wash my ears because I am going to pretend that I never heard what I said. But let's put that to one side. Guys, don't worry. Guys, you just want to know what I got sent by Mike. You don't want to know. But
I have something worse, and it's not you. But when we get to the Bayern topic, a certain core thing that
No, Mike, Artist, that's what I'm referring to. Artist, that's crossing. Like, see, Artist, now that's where, like, okay, I can't help you right now. See, that's right there is like, okay, that's this, like, that's this X, nah. So, Artist, I'm not, I'm not, because that's, I don't recognize you now. Now, I don't even know who you are. So, for that to one side, we'll just talk about Bayern and what could be the biggest L in sporting history. We're going to talk about the things that are transpiring with the Bayern Munich right now. And we're going to, and obviously, so guys, I was away yesterday. I had to do some family stuff yesterday, so I couldn't respond to what Arsenal were doing. So we're going to have a discussion. Do I need an apology? Have Arsenal successfully bottled this league? And we're going to conjoin that with, is Pep's really going to deliver us this treble? Is he really going to deliver us this 3-piece? And I said that we'll try and go through a season without mentioning Chelsea, but it is what it is. These bombs and I'm looking at Pochettino. So, unfortunately, we'll be discussing Pochettino to Chelsea. I dare these losers to go and hire that complete and total loser known as Pochettino with what he did in the UCL final. And FA Cup preview, Brighton against United. Who can stop City's treble charge? Real Madrid have locked on the UCL. Arsenal are bottling it in the EPL. Is between either United or Brighton to stop them from this treble 3-piece that will say Pep would have completed football. It is what it is. I'm scared. I'm frightened. So guys, like that vid. Subscribe if you're new. Remember, this is going to be in the podcast form. So after this Hangout is done, this Hangout with all previous Hangouts and future Hangouts will all be available on Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. So if you're on Spotify, Apple, or so forth, you'll be able to listen to this for free on those listening platforms. So guys, please, and feel free to send in the super chats. Your super chats and your dubs is what keeps this channel growing, and with your support, I'm able to do this as a full-time Jabinski. So I thank you for the patronage, people. So guys, let's get to this right now. So let me just hit this my stream marker here, man. Guys, I love karma. We were all here for the emergency hangouts when we were completely and utterly shocked by the sacking of Nagelsmann. It didn't make any sense. But maybe it was from the outside in, but even Bayern fans, shout out to Samasi, shout out to Hokage, even they said it didn't make any sense. Well, there was one Ghanaian who was dancing and celebrating the sacking of Nagelsmann, but we'll put that to one side. But most sane Bayern fans were, this made no sense. He had a good record. He was about to face Dortmund, who he would have already beaten. And who knows what he could have done against Pep. I still think City would have beaten him, but it would have been much closer than it was. But fair enough. They bring in Tuchel because they believed, and I thought it was bullcrap, they believed that, oh no, he has a better chance of winning the treble because they felt that the treble and the league was in danger with Nagelsmann being there. Tuchel has come in and he has already equaled the amount of losses Nagelsmann has had for the season. With that, out of the DFB Pokal, did not score a single goal in 2 legs against City in the UCL, and they're now back to square one, which is that when Nagelsmann left, Dortmund were ahead. Now that thing is back, Dortmund are now ahead. So, this is a huge ask. If Dortmund win on all of their games, they say, what's up? Now, Tuchel is now saying that the players are tired, they've never felt they were tired, and I'm saying that. By Tuchel saying that, oh my gosh, this guy's tired, I've never seen this guy so tired before, are you now sort of shifting blame towards Nagelsmann? Like, did Nagelsmann have to do with the fatigue and the tiredness of these players? That just looks like shifting blame. This could be the biggest L in sporting history. Because I said that, cool, out of DFB Pokal, that was huge. UCL, they're not going to win the UCL, but the man at the wins, they went out. But the funny thing is the league. This is something that you thought was always a sure banker. So if these guys manage to bottle this league, I cannot think of anything that would be much greater. And I think 100%, if that happens, Khan and Salihamidzic, they have to step down. I think the Bayern fans and so forth, they will actually riot. They will riot, and I think they'll be forced to resign because this is such a huge L. Mike, what's the flipping hell? I mean, Mike, putting your faith in Dortmund to win the league is like putting your faith in an ant to lift up a planet. It's very hard. Can Dortmund potentially give us the greatest piece of karma of all time, Mike?
They maybe can, because if you look at the final 5 games for both teams, Bayern Munich have a tougher schedule. They still got to play RB Leipzig, and we'll see how RB Leipzig do tomorrow. But, I mean, the game today, first half Bayern were okay, but the second half was looking like Chelsea. They were terrible.
Relax.
No, honestly, HH, they were terrible. They let a guy called Leandro, the midfielder, he's from Luxembourg. He was
lying.
Man of the match. He was unbelievable for Mainz.
How many people live in Luxembourg?
I think only like 100,000, something like that.
Respect Luxembourg.
Okay,
Respect
look,
Luxembourg.
I think something like that.
Look, let's
Hey, look, Luxembourg got some ballers actually.
No, 640,064.
Oh, wow. Okay, 640,000. I didn't know it was that much. But anyways, so they lose to Mainz. Now, Mainz ain't that bad of a team. But the capitulation I saw in that second half was like Arsenal. They capitulated. And you don't expect it from Bayern with the sort of players they have. It wasn't because of Upamecano or anything like it. They just simply, they lost. They forgot how to play football. They didn't create any glorious chances in that second half. And I look at the players. Thomas Muller was terrible today. And I'm believing now, had Borussia Dortmund drawn to Frankfurt after the game, because they knew the result Bayern had, and they would have been to themselves, okay, we got to win this game. But if they'd drawn, I'd be like, okay, it's still Bayern's league. But because Dortmund, they destroyed Frankfurt 4-0, it could have been 6-0. Shout out to the Fufu merchant, Adoyemi. He was cooking today alongside Donny Malen. I'm actually kind of believing that maybe, just maybe,
really,
it's
Mike, really, it's Dortmund.
It's 5 games.
Mike, it's Dortmund.
I don't care.
Mike,
I understand.
Mike, it could be one game against a bunch of 2-year-olds. It's Dortmund. Mike, you're putting your faith in Dortmund?
I'm not putting my faith in Dortmund, but I'm just saying it's 5 games. You only have 5 games to focus. It's not that crazy. It's not 10. It's not 15. It's 5 games. Put your heart and soul. Do it for Marco Reus. Do it for him. The man's never won a Bundesliga title. Do it for him.
Crazy, that's crazy.
Like I said on Twitter, it's once in a lifetime for him. This is it now. So hopefully Borussia Dortmund can do it, because if Bayern lose this league, this is
Oh no,
this
no,
is,
it's
this
an,
is going
it's
to
an
be
awesome
one of
L.
the biggest L's I've ever seen in football. I mean, Chelsea are one of them for this season.
No,
But
no.
Bayern,
Okay, Mike, let's be fair here.
no.
No, Mike, let's just be fair. What would be a bigger L? Chelsea's season so far, or what Bayern have done? Bayern, isn't it? It's Bayern. It's obviously Bayern. Yeah,
Are Bayern playing in the Champions League next season?
Okay, Mike.
Okay, thank you very much.
No.
Did Bayern spend 600 million?
Yes, that's a fair point.
HH.
Okay, there we go.
HH.
Now you're quiet. Now you understood that it is Chelsea. So we move on. If Bayern
But
did
HH.
somehow lose this league, this would be a massive L. Of course, Kahn and Broza, they adios immediately. Some of those players, Gnabry, somebody called Goretzka Jim Retzka. Yeah, he's got to have to move on too. I mean, the guy is just a steroid merchant at this point. I don't see what he offers to the pitch anymore.
But Mike, how isn't it a bigger L than Chelsea?
Because
You
you spent
sacked a
600.
manager.
Because you spent 600 million. You're on your fourth manager, and you're 11th in the league.
And they're about to get touched.
Putin sacks.
No. You're the only one that thinks it's Bayern.
HH.
Yes.
I think Bayern is playing. No.
Victim. Is that what you're saying?
HH. I think
Zimmer,
Bayern is
shut
playing
up.
chess.
What?
I think Bayern is playing 3D chess. They saw that Barcelona is winning the league. So how do we play Barcelona in the Champions League next season? We can't play them in the league.
They're trying to get to the pot too. That's why.
Wait, okay. So they wanna
Okay.
get the pot too.
You get it.
Come on, that's crazy. Come on, Smoke, that's crazy. Smoke, you should be ashamed of
Think
yourself,
about
man.
it.
It's
They know
gonna be
it's
crazy
a
if people.
guarantee.
Sorry, go on, Todd, go on.
No, they know it's a guarantee. It's a guarantee they'll go to the next round if they meet Barca.
Yeah.
No, okay. Look, for me, guys. I just think you just say this because it's me. Bayern, this is if they lose the league, it's the biggest L of the season. Like they hold us over Chelsea. You say this because it's me. Like guys, look, come on.
Why are you lying? Why are you lying?
No, okay, guys.
To be the third
No,
biggest club.
wait, hold up. They sacked.
you're saying Bayern's bigger than you.
How do I meet this dude, man? So, Mike, they sacked a manager because they thought they were in the threats of a treble. The guy comes in, he's already equal the amounts of losses as out of the season, and they could potentially end up trophyless. Mike, how is that not the biggest L? Chelsea have just had a bad season. It happens to everybody. But this is a particularly horrible, self-destructive L. Like
I wouldn't say a bad season, HH. I would say a horrifically bad
I
season.
can't remember the last time a team spent. Mike, do you remember the last time a team spent 700
we're actually on Bayern.
Never.
This is not Chelsea. We're actually on Bayern, by the way.
Chelsea.
We're on
No, but
Bayern.
of course,
Chelsea
HH.
could get relegated. That's the biggest L.
Okay. We'll go back to Bayern now, just for your mental health, HH. If Bayern somehow lose this league, look, it will be a massive L. And I think a lot of question marks would be on this club and a lot of changes would happen. They're going to get a striker this summer. Now, who that will be, who knows? But there is still 5 games. They could still win this league because nobody can trust Borussia Dortmund. But
Nobody. I don't.
No, but look, the thing is, I don't trust Bayern. I don't trust Bayern winning these games.
No, but I don't trust Dortmund more. Like, for me, like, it's like...
Okay, but HH, if you watch Bayern all this season, they're not convincing in any performances. In the Champions League, okay, it was looking good. They kept clean sheets. They're not that good.
Mike, Dortmund have let us down way too many times.
I fully understand that, but if you're watching the games, no teams now fear Bayern Munich. Not Hoffenheim, not Mainz, not Freiburg. So do you think... I think they're in the I think they're in the Bundesliga 3rd division, by the way, HH now. You jinxed that club. Them and Pescara, you jinxed them.
No. They were my German Elche, man.
You mean your German Lugo?
Yeah, your Lugo. There you go.
Show us the Bundesliga table again.
Sure, man.
Because some people were talking about even they're in a top 4 race. Bayern Munich. Now that is crazy.
Okay, stop it.
That's crazy.
No, artists, don't stop it. Don't. Don't say it.
All I'm saying,
artists, we will not. Artists, the channel will shut down if Bayern fail to make the Champions League next in the Bundesliga. The channel will shut down.
I'm saying, when you said what would be a worst bottle thing, I'm like, maybe you could consider it if somehow Tuchel is and Bayern end up trophyless after the top 4. Then I'll get them.
Nah, they're in no top 4
race. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, because they're 9 points from. No. Come on, don't do that. Come on.
You and Berlin and Leipzig have games in hand. So
But generally, HH, look at Bayern's schedule for the last 5 games.
Oh, actually, okay. No, you see, RDS, I don't want to entertain this. So I'm saying that if Freiburg say what's up, and wait there, wait, hold up. Like, okay, look, come on, guys. Okay, guys, come on. Like, no, because I thought RDS was saying, okay, so if Freiburg have a game in hand, so if Freiburg win their game in hand that they currently have,
there'll be 6 points. There'll be 6 points behind Bayern. I mean, is that like? Here's
the thing: if that happens, Tuchel has to go to jail.
Yeah, he has
He's going to go to like actual prison. He's going to do prison time. You have to do prison time. And did you know what is so sick? There's some sick Chelsea fans who are like, "Oh, Tuchel, he's intentionally doing this so he can be on the shortlist for Chelsea." You know, there's some people that actually make me sick. Do you know? So there's some guys that still want Tuchel back at Chelsea. I mean, what's wrong with people?
Oh yeah, by the way, HH.
Tuchel's not that far off.
God forbid. God forbid. Mike, what are you saying?
I was going to say, I had the wonderful core on my stream earlier today.
Mike, no, Mike.
No, I'm not going to say what he said. I'm not going to say what he said.
Don't even play it.
I'm not going to play it. No. What I'm going to say is, he didn't blame Tuchel now. He is now blaming the players. So when it was Nagelsmann, it was the manager. Now it's the
RDS. I said what else?
RDS, we can't play that.
RDS, we can't play it. We can't say it. We can't mention it. We can't refer to anything. We can't, because his core has finally lost the plot. Guys, Twitter is your friend. I'm sure you can see he's going over Twitter. All I'm saying that he's lost the plot. I'm not saying it. No, we're not.
If you guys want it, just DM me on Twitter.
Yes, DM Mike on Twitter. I'll stop for that. And basically, God help you. Okay, so talk to me, Bayern, man, and the Tuch.
He's fairly German, that's it. Anyway,
you know.
Whoa. That was messed up. He didn't need to say that. Okay, Smoke, continue.
You know, when I called the Tuch Di Matteo 2.0 HH, I remember you were here, right, defending him. And I told you, HH, that these things happen, and you're like, no, Don, like Smoke, you're just bitter about that. No, I'm like, no, we've seen this movie before, HH, and in 7 games, HH, this guy has the same amount of losses as Nagelsmann for the whole season.
Yep.
And the beauty is, it can still get worse. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of all this. And I told you, HH, in a defensive team, managers like the Tuch, they can hide because they can play a back 7. But when you go to a team whereby you have to actually play the ball, this guy will be exposed.
He's been exposed very badly now. I mean, look, we still have to give him credit for that UCL with Chelsea, but I think we're now saying that we can't call that UCL a fluke, but maybe that was just like.
It was Di Matteo. Let's keep it real, bro. Like,
it's Di Matteo.
Di Matteo is too extreme. Di Matteo is too extreme.
No,
because do you know why? Okay,
You want to use Phil with Werner, man? Come on, man.
No. Okay, do you know why Di Matteo is so extreme? It's because all Di Matteo had was that Chelsea thing. Like, Tuchel took PSG to a UCL final. He was pretty good with Dortmund. He helped develop Dembele. So he's got a body of work. Di Matteo doesn't have a body of work. So come on.
Yeah, but HH, we saw him go to finals and he couldn't score against Klopp, two finals back to back, and we've always said defensively when you put a back 7, of course you're going to concede less, but then it's always going forward was always going to be the issue. And then now when he actually has to play, he's conceding now, right? Because then now you're seeing the chinks in his armor. At the end of the day, we were laughing. I remember I was laughing. They were like, "No, is this a master move? Get the Tuch in for Pep. He's his kryptonite." And I told you, HH.
No, Smoke. I was, please play the receipts. I was like, this is going to backfire. It is such a stupid move of like, oh, Tuchel is his kryptonite. I know this is going to backfire badly, and it's backfired epically. 0 goals in 2 legs.
Now they're looking like fools, HH.
Yes,
because
idiots.
As much as Nagelsmann wasn't giving you, but at least you knew you had a dub for the league at least minimum. you're going to secure the league. Forget that the champs, because the champs was always a 50-50.
Mm.
But then now it's like you can end up trophyless. It could be like a Chelsea season. Right, so he brought the Chelsea culture to Bayern Munich. Shout out to
Right, okay. Like Smoke, we didn't have to come. We didn't have to go. Can we please just stop catching strays, man? Like it's already bad enough as it is, man. Okay, Chelsea doesn't need to be used as a verb or an adjective for negativity.
Didn't he like go to the monastery for like months after the Chelsea job? What the hell did he learn there? What the hell did he learn? Like, what was all of that break you go to the
greater defensive sorcery? That's what he went to go and learn greater defensive sorcery.
That's my case.
Okay, wait, what's okay? Ardias, talk to me, man. This the Bayern L, man.
I mean, where do you start? I mean, like I said, I was actually surprised because I think the first thing is I genuinely thought Dortmund would bottle it today. So the fact that they smashed Frankfurt 4-0, I was like, right, okay, maybe finally these Dons are actually serious and they can actually take advantage and potentially go on a win, which would be like, I can't believe when a situation like Chelsea knocked Dortmund out of the Champions League.
Mm.
You're telling me that Dortmund are going to win the Bundesliga. Someone needs to like process that and explain that to me. Like it's weird. It doesn't make sense. We said, I think unanimously, aside from Core, I'm not going to speak about what. Okay,
no, we're not. We want
to talk about it, but let's just say he was the only one that said that sacking Nagelsmann was a good idea.
Yeah,
and he's blaming certain players. It is what it is, but clearly you can see, even if not, because that's okay. Try and be objective. Nagelsmann could have also been knocked out of the German Cup, the Champions League, also lost. So let's not say that if Nagelsmann he would have done all those things. To be fair, however, the difficulty is that we assumed that bringing Tuchel in was going to lead to this change, this momentum, or whatever. Right now, I don't really know because to keep it a stack, Bayern missed Lewandowski. They missed a striker. They need a striker. They just don't.
They've never replaced him. Like man is not the replacement.
You know, so to bring in a defensive coach, I don't want to say a defensive, but essentially a defensive coach like Tuchel. If Bayern don't sign, and I don't know which striker they're going to sign. Maybe Füllkrug, who's there. Maybe Harry Kane. Maybe Ostrom. Ostrom's probably going to be too expensive. But they've got to sign someone because, I see the same issues going into next season if they don't have someone who can put goals in the back of the net. Yes, of course, they have to sell. Right, okay.
He's headed. So continue.
Like I said, he's fully German now. We'll just move on. I just see the same issues is what I'm trying to say. I just see the same issues, So now, is it possible that they don't qualify for the Champions League?
That's crazy. Like I think that's crazy.
Because I could already see, because the thing is, if you think about the situation with like Mane and Sané, right? Going back to that, like it's clear to me that there are issues in the dressing room. Clearly, there's got to be. So and you're on the tail end of the season, right? So would you be surprised if Bayern Munich lost 2, maybe 3 of the next games?
I mean, it's what I think, but you know what? This is what the Bundesliga needs. It's because it needs something. Because if let's say there's a Bayern meltdown, deservedly so, based on how Nagelsmann was put out, I think this is the best thing that could happen to the Bundesliga. So look, it would be hilarious, it would be funny, but if we were to actually have a situation where this guy's actually dropped out of the top 4, that'd be an amazing story. It would be an epic story.
And to be fair, maybe this is because we'd said Bayern did 10 in a row, and they were like, this is the Bundesliga, the Bundesliga's garbage, Bayern needs to sort of shake. Right now, at least, Bayern's, the biggest issue with the Bundesliga has been that when Bayern have slipped up, and I'll finish here, Bayern have slipped up, there's been no other teams that have been prepared to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So hopefully what we're seeing is Bayern clearly in a mess right now. Are there any other teams around, aka Dortmund, so someone that can take advantage of this mess up? And if Dortmund do that, then as I was speaking to Sebastian on my channel beforehand, much like Chelsea, where like you're like the potential leadership, the mess going forward with the club, lack of direction, you could see a situation where Bayern and Chelsea, they get worse next season, and suddenly potentially looking at a new era where a Dortmund, a Leipzig, and so on can actually start to say what's up in the Bundesliga going forward, while Bayern sort out their mess. That's my
Can I talk about this?
Okay, let me hit some debates and I'll come to you, man. HH, didn't you call BVB Bozo's jinxing effect? Elijah, let us wait until the end of the season. If Dortmund, like, do you know what I want? Here's what I don't want. Last day of the season. Actually, let's even look at this. Let's say it's the last day of the season and like there's like a 1 point differential. And our dear friends, where are we? Our dear friends lose to Mainz at home in the 94th minute. Then I'll be fully vindicated in trying to fund a wing for Dortmund. Dortmund need to do this for football heritage. They need to do this for the streets, and they need to do this for football karma. But I just don't trust them. That's the whole point. I just not trust them. Shout out to your boy Spiro, man. Thank you for the Dubinsky, man. I always forget one of Cole's rants is in the intro.
That is true.
Again, all I'm saying is I think Cole has finally lost his mind. That's what I'm saying.
Man.
No. This is beyond a brick door.
Brick door.
This should actually involve the UN. This should actually involve the UN. So that's what I'm saying. So they should involve the UN. So let me bring it. Abris Fair. The sporting director forced Flick out and didn't replace Lewandowski. The board is complete on gutter trash. Also, Chelsea have the bigger L in all of this to hire the Diet Wenger. Abris Fair. Let's see. People just say this because you want to clown me. Bayern, this is a bigger L.
Well, to be fair,
Bayern is a bigger L.
Rehiring Lampard is a bit of an L. Rehiring a manager that's taken Everton to relegation. And he's not won a game yet, and he might not win a game all season.
But you know what's funny, HH? Because they listened to Nagelsmann and got rid of Lewandowski and didn't replace him, and now he's gone.
I mean,
it's
man. You got rid of
a mess.
No, let's see. Maybe Lewandowski was right. We're not talking about how the board was a mess and how they treated him and so forth. Maybe he's right. Maybe Lewandowski was right, man. Money miss. Bayern are the biggest clowns. Huh? HH, what number is in my... That doesn't make any sense. I'm holding a 1. Okay. Money miss, that makes no sense. Clip this. Next year, Chelsea bounce back and finish 7th.
1.
Okay. All right. Thank you. K-Dog. Shout out to Karim Adeyemi. He has been balling. Look, man, it's that Pandiam and Fufu, man. That Fufu is getting him too, man. Shout out to K-Dog, man. Thank you to the Dubinskis, guys. Z-Man, talk to me, man.
Listen, it's not. I mean, Thomas Tuchel, right? I
I
don't blame him.
His name is the Tuchel.
Yeah, I don't blame him for everything that's happening, but I just find his situation hilarious. I mean, defensively, this guy, he hasn't even gotten it right defensively. That's one thing you could always give him credit for. And I feel like these guys have no midfield. I mean, when you talk about them needing a striker, they have no midfield. They have Goretzka, who literally all he does is body people. And then that's it. And then you have Kimmich in the middle of the park. They don't have their wingers. Let's be honest. They've been hot and cold. Sane, Mane, like all these guys have been hot and cold. So I think it's going to take more than a striker. But to be honest with you, I don't trust Dortmund. I mean, let's keep it real.
I don't
Bayern
trust them.
are going to win this league. I don't trust them. So they're only 1 point away. That's more than enough for these guys to come back.
yeah.
It's like I don't understand where.
But I think
Dortmund is. Have we not learned our lesson?
No. But look, see, I think Izeman, I'm fully with you. But how deep is this Bayern crisis? Because the way Tuchel is talking is as if he's like, bro, he doesn't even understand what's going on. So
I have a question for you.
Go for it, Blake.
Okay, so my question is this here. So when before Nagelsmann got sacked, did you see any problem?
They looked a little bit shaky and so forth, but my thing was, here's the thing: we cannot predict the future.
Enough for him to be sacked.
There was not enough for him to be sacked. They were not perfect, but not enough for him to be sacked. But like, that was the whole thing. So I think it was a loss against Leverkusen before the Dortmund game.
And you know,
if they had beaten Dortmund, they would have gone back to the top. You see, it would have, even if it would have not have made sense, it would have made more sense if he'd played Dortmund, lost to Dortmund, and they sacked him. I still think that would have made sense, but that actually made more sense.
No, if you actually deep it, you know what's the number one problem, like indicator that the board was the problem? When these guys were talking about reasons, I remember Fabrizio was like breaking down reasons why they fired Nagelsmann. One of them was style, and yet you bring in Thomas Tuchel.
But that's the problem. If you know
that just shows to me you have no clear indicator. Like at this point, they came from because they saw opportunity. That just shows to me that you're willing to abandon a manager, even though this whole time you've been telling everyone that you believe in him, that you see him as a long-term solution. But then you decide to fire him, even though they weren't even that rocky. You were still in the Champions League.
And they only conceded the Victoria's Secret.
To me, none of that made sense, and I just feel like the board, they have to be blamed out of everyone. But at the same time, I don't think this squad is as good as everyone thinks it is. I don't think they're missing one piece. I think they're missing 3 to 4. I mean, you're reliant on Upamecano to actually build up the plate, and that's it. The lit can't do it. And it's just like
and that I'm basically they have one midfielder, Kimmich, and that's it.
Yeah, Kimmich, and that's it. It's like this. The board messed up. They didn't recruit properly, and the majority of the youngsters they did recruit, it seems like they're not getting playtime consistently. So at some point, you just got to look at the board, and they messed up. They're clowns.
I completely agree with that, because when you really break it down, Tuchel's style is different to Nagelsmann's style. So you got a manager that's got you competing in 3 different competitions, and you decide to sack him and bring a completely new manager with a completely different style to fix a problem that a lot of people are kind of confused. You already put Thomas Tuchel under pressure because he got to do better than what Nagelsmann was doing. And now you see him losing games, getting them out of almost every competition, getting them to lose against Man City without putting up no real fight. You put them in a situation where the board is looking crazy. Like, let's keep it real. The board is looking crazy.
Because see, my thing though is, it's so it's so wild. If Nagelsmann stays, let's be real, we're talking about 11 in a row, maybe 12, maybe 13 now. But it's so weird that these guys could have potentially shot themselves in the foot, and this could be like, again, I don't want to tell this face, but could this be like somehow in a weird, sick way the end of the kind of Bayern dominance? Because again, this could be the best thing that happens to the Bundesliga. If, let's say, Bayern suddenly are now sort of in a decline and they now need to totally rebuild, you now have a league that is now anyone's for the taking. So Leipzig can get it. Anybody can get it.
Similar to the Serie A.
Wait, hold on, Mike. Hold on, Mike.
Go ahead, Zeman.
Blake. Okay, let's go. Zeman, go for it, Zeman.
Yeah, I completely disagree. I think majority of the Bundesliga clubs are selling clubs. They're not going to build from this. Let's just keep it real. Dortmund are always going to sell. Majority of these clubs are going to always sell, and I feel like the only club that can really retain their talent on a consistent basis is Bayern Munich.
But Zeman, here's the issue though. If Tuchel remains in charge, and Tuchel really is the kind of fraud that we think he is, because remember, this is what we always said about Tuchel: great cup manager, very bad in the league. So he's never really been that good, kind of consistent, play in week out kind of manager, but he's always been able to get his tactics right for the cup.
Are you saying the Tuchel is making it competitive? Is that what we're saying? Like, the Tuchel is not going to stay that long.
He still hasn't won a Bundesliga title.
He's not staying that long if he makes it competitive himself.
Hey, Church, man, he might be a double agent because he used to manage for freaking Dortmund. Double agent.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me come to your boy AK. Talk to me, AK.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna change the competitiveness of it. Z-Man said it. Like, if Dortmund win the league this season, what's gonna happen? Jude Bellingham most probably is gonna leave.
Yeah.
Adeyemi may leave. Daniel Malen, who knows? Schlotterbeck.
Malen. Who the hell is going to buy Malin?
He's balling out right now.
He's doing well.
Mike, when I saw that guy try to do an R9 and mess it up in the Euros, I was done with him. I was done with him.
He's balling out right now.
Wait, Schlotterbeck, he may leave. Guerrero is out of contract. He has 11 assists this season. So Bayern are the only team in the Bundesliga that has the financial clout in order to buy the best talents from the Bundesliga, even if they're very expensive, get a Victor Osimhen into the team. They're the only team capable of improving themselves in the Bundesliga. It's very similar to Liga 1. When Monaco won the league in 16-17, nobody thought that they were going to, it's the end of the PSG dominance. People just said, oh, PSG are going to buy some of them. Europe's elite are going to buy some of them. They have to start all over again. That's what's going to happen. And even as maybe you could say as bad as Tuchel is as a league manager, Bayern's quality, their ability to buy is just too much compared to the rest of the league. So it's not going to change anything in the competitiveness skill.
Okay.
To be honest, it's not going to be the case where it's like in the Serie A where Juventus finally lost the league after all those years of dominance, and now we've had 3 different winners. I don't see that happening for the Bundesliga because Bayern are just, even though they're clowns right now, the board, they're usually a very well-run club. They will get it sorted out in the summer.
And also, I think it's just like you can't really trust other guys to sort of be competitive.
No,
I think it's a pipe dream. Actually, let me hear. So Rob, your thoughts on this? I'm going to some debates because Rob, your thoughts on this whole Bayern disaster. And welcome back, Rob. Welcome back, man.
Well, I think that Bayern messed up by sacking Nagelsmann. I think he should have stayed. You could say maybe in hindsight, but Tuchel is doing a lot worse. And also Bayern desperately needed a striker. Like you even knew it in the summer last year that they needed a striker and they never got one. Because, Choupo-Moting is nowhere near the same level as Lewandowski. So they're lacking a goal scorer, a consistent goal scorer. Like Mane is not a striker, and he has been terrible, or he has been poor this season, and he was quite poor last season. So I think that Bayern, they lack a striker. They made a mistake in sacking Nagelsmann, and and some of the other players have not been performing very well. Like, they keep making mistakes, like Upamecano keeps making mistakes. So in the summer, they need to sign a striker and improve in some other areas, I would say. And then they could probably do better next year. But this season, they've made a lot of mistakes and they don't have a striker that's really good on a consistent basis.
Rob, I'm just looking at the streets. Everybody's basically, I think first of all, Wob is trending. And people are saying that they're happy to have you back. So, Rob, you know that you're very famous in this community. How does that make you feel?
Well, popular, I guess, liked.
I mean, but we appreciate it. I'm just saying, how does it feel to be back? To be back where you are loved? Because trust me, you are easily one of the most popular people in this city. But how does it feel to be back? And how everybody in the chat is just saying, Wob, we like you. So how does it feel to be loved and appreciated like this, man?
Nice, I guess.
Wob.
This is why it's Wob, man. This is why.
One answer.
Yeah, I mean, Robert, I'm expecting like a speech, and I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, well, you know, it's fine.
He gives me that Kawhi Leonard energy, man.
Yeah, look, it's why he's humble, but the guy's humble, but he's humble, man. So. Actually, wait. Who do you think is
maybe you could take some tips, HH. You know, like
but I'll just say, who do you think is more liked, me or Rob? Okay, me or Wob? Me or Wob? Who do you think is more liked?
It's
The easy answer.
Really?
Have you seen memes of you on Twitter?
No. Okay. Let me ask. Okay, Rob. Who do you think is more popular between me and you, Rob? Me or you, Rob?
I can say, or it's not up to me to say, that is for the people to say who's more liked. I like to think that I'm liked, that I'm friendly, but I can't judge that for myself. I can't say that. It's for others to decide.
LL is trending right now, HH. LL.
What a speech.
H7. So the first time you speak, you have to, and there we go. There we go. There we go. Wait. How am I the least popular on my madness? It makes no sense, but it is what it is, man.
Heaviest jersey in the world and stuff like that.
Yeah. Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
You got your team, man.
We still
Okay. So hold up. So guys, again, I'm not playing it. I'm not adhering to it. If you want to listen at Michael Talks Football or at Bayern Fans TV, that's where you can go. So, it's fair. Cause said on Twitter he's schizo or something. #help. Yes. K-Dog, what did Cause say? I need to hear him and laugh. K-Dog, this is not something you actually laugh at. You see, if it was something to be funny, of course I'll play it. This isn't even funny. This is actually scary and worrying.
The problem is that, like, on the background of, like, the Sané and Mane incidents, I was kind of like, this is getting...
You see, guys, start collecting the dots. You see, this is like a detector thing. Listen to what we're saying and just connect the dots. If you connect the dots, then you can pretty much deduce what the hell did this madman just said. So,
didn't he support Dortmund?
He has supported AC Milan, Barcelona, Dortmund.
So you're telling me every team he supports gets better when he stops supporting them?
Yes.
And he's going to support... I'm making him support Man City next season, guys. He's going to be a Man City.
The guy is a living jinx. So what's it called? Minecraft the Diamond. HH, please don't jinx Lamine Jamal like Ansu. He's 15. Okay, look. Do you know what? I was about to retweet and say, yo, because everything... Okay.
Stop it.
Well, Zima, no. Here's the thing, though.
Do
you accept that you cheated in online? If you accept you cheated, I won't say anything. If you don't accept, I'll say he was good. If you don't accept, then I'll call him Goatsmean Goatsmal. Okay, so let's say QC8. Core has lost his mind. He is sick in the head.
But that's not funny, though, man. I'm not gonna. This is actually true. I should have served with this guy.
H7.
He's not okay.
He's no. I think there is actually something wrong. Like, not even as joke. I think there is something. Okay. I think basically Core is just different. I just think he's just different. Like,
different is polite.
Blake, bless your soul, but hold on. Okay, Detroit Rock City man, Bayern fan. Nagelsmann was a clown, but the people who hired him are bigger clowns. At least give him the season to fail. We deserve nothing. The board needs to go ASAP. Here's the thing. Nagelsmann was not perfect, and I'm sure he did not do things that were perfect and so forth. The timing of it was mad. And as Detroit Rock City says, give him the freaking season. The timing made no sense. Give him the season. Let's say he wins the league or so forth. Then you could be like, you know what? Based on where the team is at and so forth, we don't feel we've really achieved our targets and everything. Therefore, go. Do you know why it's karma? You sacked him because you thought you were being slick. Thinking that, Tuchel got pitched to the UCL final. Tuchel won the UCL with Chelsea. Oh my gosh, we have a really good chance of winning this UCL with this guy because Nagelsmann, he's too inexperienced and it's blow up in your face. Double down. You're now out of the day people call triple down. You're now back to second in the league, which is where you were when you sacked Nagelsmann. So it is complete and utter stability. Just given the end of the season. And if you're Nagelsmann right now, you are freaking smiling. And it could have been so sweeter if those bum-ass idiots in Hammersmith actually hire... Okay, but we'll get there. Don't worry, we'll get there. QC8. By the way, Camavinga is the best under-21 midfielder in the world. How old is Camavinga? Is he 20?
He's the best midfielder in the world. He's playing left back. What's going on?
He's 20 years old.
I'm not gonna lie.
H7, don't tell me, don't vouch for Saka. This is not the time to vouch for Saka, bro.
No, he's not a midfielder.
20, always 20. Look, all I'm saying is this to Camavinga. He is performing better than Felamendi in Felamendi's natural position. That's what you call an L on Felamendi, bro. That's what you call an L. Shout out to your boy AJ. RDS, you're a doctor, so help call.
That's not that's not my medical.
Yeah, like I don't think that's.
Yeah, that's not my medical.
Yeah, that's not perfect. Sorry. Shout out to your boy Adelsman. Thank you for the dub, Adelsman. Thank you for the Dubinsky. For me, Tuchel is the least to blame for this situation because I get to imagine how it feels as a player to be completely blindsided by the board during an international break and fire the gaffer. By the way, Z-Man, your DP is giving me PTSD. Wait, what is his DP?
Liverpool versus...
It's that beatdown, bro.
Oh, wow. No, but see, no, for me, look. Yes, Tuchel is the least to blame. Why shouldn't I take the job? I am what I am. I have my philosophy. The biggest culprits are the owners. Tuchel can only he was obviously the wrong man to bring in at this particular situation with this group of players, as has been seen, because we all said that bringing in Tuchel like this now, based on, and as Chelsea fans were saying on Twitter, it's people just want to look at the good side. We were playing horrendous football towards the end of his tenure. That's why it says Tuchel should have been sacked, because the football was atrocious. Now, Harry Potter was crazy, but the football was atrocious. So Bayern, you are now seeing what Chelsea were dealing with the tail end of this guy's tenure. So, I mean...
Isn't Tuchel's one last Premier League held free to Leeds, wasn't it?
Yeah. Look, it got real bad. All right, so...
Are we going to Chelsea? Are we going to have
No. We're building up to that, man. So...
Building up to it, yeah. Because that's going to be an hour cookout in and of itself.
Oh, give me a break. No, it's going to be like 20 minutes. It's going to be like 20 minutes.
Good,
no. This is a real cookout. Arsenal. So, guys, look at those 3 grey symbols. That's it. Look at those 3 grey symbols and look at those 5 green symbols below. Here's the thing. If Arsenal beats City, hey, certainly it's very interesting. If City beats Arsenal, I believe they can go 4 points ahead if they just, including their games in hand, I think.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 4 points ahead.
Your math is bad, HH. I don't lie.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's 4 points. It's 4 points.
Isn't it?
No, they'll be 1 point behind us if they beat us.
No. If they beat you guys and their 2 games in hand. And they win their 2 games in hand. Yeah, if they beat you guys and they win their 2 games in hand, then they'll go 4 points clear. Now, these are all ifs. But for City, you now have the chance to now actually have breathing space with a bit of margin of error if you win those two games in hand. So, City are even in a stronger position. This is what I was trying to remind you guys. I was just trying to be fair. I was not trying to be clownish and so forth. I was just trying to just call it as is. Arsenal have played supremely well. They've been amazing. The football has been top tier. Great football isn't enough to win a league. And guys, please listen to the receipts and listen to the streams before. It's not how you are in week 18. It's how you are in week 21. As the weeks go by and as it gets closer to the finishing line, the games get harder. Now, on the offset, you can be like, Southampton? Bottom of the table? But on the flip side, Southampton are fighting for their life and Arsenal are dealing with crazy amounts of pressure. You're playing at home and you've been on Twitter, you've been on social media. The fans are like, this is our year. This is our year. This is our year. So that's pressure and that expectation is building specifically when you're playing at home. And what we're seeing, whether you want to admit it or not, these young players are unable to deal with the crazy amounts of pressure of this title. They're finding it hard to deal with it. And that is just what you are seeing. Because to be 3-1 down at home to the team who are the worst team in the league statistically, that isn't just Arsenal being bad, that's just pressure. Anything can happen. But I'm just looking at things from in a footballing way. I don't know how City lose this. City, you have Arsenal at home in your own house. And for City, because for City, the momentum is with them. Because City now know that, oh my gosh, they drop points again. If we have them at home, it gets real. It gets real. It gets real. So if we now beat them, we now have 2 bites of the cherry to now be mathematically on top. For Arsenal, the amount of mental strength they need to garner to beat City and Haaland at the Etihad, I can't see it happening. And now let's be real, guys. There's going to be a winner on Wednesday. I don't see that being a draw. There will be a winner. And for me, I don't see how City lose that game. Nemo AFC, do you still believe? Because I know that you've been one of the most positive Arsenal fans. Nemo, do you still believe in your boys?
HH, it's not about me being positive. It's just me seeing what I'm using what I've seen from this team that tells me, even though AJ, that's disgusting. I'm sorry, I can't look at the table anymore. But it's the fact that we lost versus Man United, and we went on a crazy winning streak. Everyone was like, "Yep, the hype got to him. The hype got to him." Got battered at Old Trafford. Went on a winning streak. We lost to Everton. We drew to Brentford. We started winning games again. We lost to Man City at home. Everyone said, "Yep, they're done. They're done. It's over. It's over." HH, what did I say? I came on stream right after we lost. Right after we lost to Man City, I said, "Watch HH. We're gonna go on a winning streak up until the Liverpool game," and we did. We won every single game up until that Liverpool game, and I predicted. Those 3 draws, I don't want to hear that pressure. I'm not using that excuse. That I feel like that's such a lame cop out. That's simply bozos at the back, people up in the attack not doing their jobs. I'm talking Rob Holding moments, Gabriel moments, Zinchenko losing concentration, Ramsdale losing concentration in crazy moments. That is not pressure. That is simply you getting way too cocky. I'm seeing Partey.
Cocky?
No. AJ, did you watch the game? Partey was doing flicks. Why are you flicking the ball? Why are you flicking the ball in our final third?
I should know. Speaking on Partey, I'm sorry. That's him taking that shot. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in.
I don't even
want
to talk about this game, HH. Look at the last 3 games. You had a washed up Fabinho. Absolutely cook Partey. You had Declan Rice, cook Partey. Now you had Romeo Lavia. This guy's having his first season, professional season for a Premier League team. Absolutely cooked Partey. It's not pressure because Partey this is a title winning DM. This isn't pressure. That's you just simply not doing your job. Jesus up top. You're diving? Shoot the ball. Finish. And that Southampton game, that right there told me, I already knew why Man City got Haaland, but that game right there, that told me I take back whatever I said at the beginning of the season. I know exactly why Man City wanted to get rid of Jesus. My God, I've never been so frustrated at a 9 this season. But my God, but in terms of belief, I still believe we have a little bit left in the tank. We could do something. I'm not.
Okay, so you're saying that you can beat City on Wednesday?
On our day, we can beat anybody. On our day, we can beat anybody.
I asked you a simple question. Can you? You believe you can beat City on Wednesday?
Do I believe? Do I believe? Absolutely, I believe. Now, whether or not
be back, will Saliba be back?
It's looking like because the way I've seen it, he's just back in training. He's on the grass now. He's doing like solo prep. We've tried to find him in like the photos of like general training with the team.
He's not going to be available. He's not going to be available for City. Then you've got to play Rob Holding against.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he most likely not. He won't be able to. He won't be able to play. But I'm not resting my hopes.
No. I mean, Nemo. Let's cut the crap here.
Essentially, what I'm saying, Rob Holding versus Haaland.
Yes.
That's basically what my
like Nemo, you can have as much hope as you want. Southampton dropped a 3-piece at your house.
I know.
You're going to the home of a guy who has a 32-piece already.
That's lunchtime for Haaland, bro.
It's his lunch. It's brunch. It's brunch. It's dinner. It's desserts. It's starters.
It's a snack, man. It's a snack.
It's like no. See, Nemo, here's the thing. No. I admire you. You are right. You should have hope on everything and you should have belief in everything. But what I'm saying though is sometimes you just have to. You have to be realistic here, and I think that I'm saying this to you, to H7, to Arsenal fans. You have to prepare yourselves for disappointments. And now, let's be RDS a bit now. Can Arsenal come third?
All right, bro.
No, because someone said just look at their phone like, can they come third? Like
HH.
I said it.
Okay.
HH though, like
Yeah.
let's be real. Let's be real.
Actually, no, they can't. They can't. No, they can't. They can't.
No. We can absolutely beat anybody in this league if we just do our just damn job. I almost cursed, but we can beat anybody in this league if we do our damn job. The thing that I have a problem with, and I'm not gonna blame Holding or just go that route, because either way we lost at the Emirates with Saliba at the back. So I'm not gonna use Saliba like he's like some almighty that we're resting our laurels on him. I'm not gonna do that. But it's all it's gonna take is if we beat City.
Look, that's the thing. Okay. Let me come to H7. Okay, H7, when you are a smoker, then I want to come to everyone else. So H7, talk to me, man. Where you at with this, man?
I want to say, man, God bless to you, man, Nemo, man. I can tell that this club hasn't scarred you enough like it scarred me, bro. Bro, it's over, man. It's over, bro. We bottled it, bro. We bottled it away at Anfield, bro. Forget West Ham and Southampton, bro. That we were supposed to win at Anfield, bro. Then we draw to West Ham, and now we draw into, bro. It's
H7. You bottled it away.
Yes.
No, not at Anfield. Anfield, draw at Anfield is
draw. It's not Anfield. It was West Ham.
This is one of the worst
Liverpool West Ham. I wouldn't say it's West Ham.
H7. That Liverpool team beat City.
No. Aris, let's be real. It was West Ham.
No. Going back beforehand. What happened to Everton? Freaking bottom place Everton with that was
Ardis was still no. Ardis. Here's the thing. They beat West Ham, which they should. They beat Southampton, which they should. They're in a very good position. H7, a draw at Anfield, that's fine. Now, you were supposed to draw, but a draw at Anfield, that's fine. The issue was West Ham and Southampton.
No, they were leading by 2 goals at Anfield.
Zeman, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's Anfield.
I'm sorry, they should have killed it. Let's keep it real.
Okay, but Zeman, what is worse? 2 goals ahead and drawing at Anfield, or 2 goals ahead and drawing against West Ham?
Well,
it's because it's freaking West Ham. So basically, of course you're going to feel bad the way that it went down and so forth. But let's be real. Look at Liverpool in that second half. They could have won. I mean, we should have even won that freaking game. So getting a draw based on how that game ended, it's bad. The issue was West Ham and Southampton. Because the issue was West Ham was like, my gosh, 2 goals ahead and you mess up again after Liverpool. I'm like, okay, something is up. So West Ham was where, okay, there is something wrong here because this is the wrong time to be messing up.
The thing is, you're playing like, and this is, if you're going to win a title, and this like a title, like you've got to be finishing off the teams. Everton, West Ham, and Southampton, when they played, and still currently when they played Arsenal, are in the bottom 5. Like they're in the bottom 5. These aren't teams mid-table. These aren't teams like in the top 6. These are bottom 5 place teams, which I guess, in fairness, they are going to be dangerous because they are fighting relegation. So that's why you're always going to be careful about relegation fighting teams. But ultimately, if you're going to win a Premier League, you got to be slapping these teams like that. And if Arsenal are losing, dropping points to teams in the bottom 5 of the Premier League, well, what choice do they have against City or teams in the top 10?
Yes, it's not even that. Do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of last season. Do you remember when we lost to like Southampton and then towards the end, we lost to Southampton? I forgot who else. Like 3 easy teams that we should have beaten. And then we beat Chelsea, we beat Man United, we beat West Ham away. Do you remember? And then
you know what I think is going to happen? And I know this is a thing. I actually think potentially Arsenal actually might beat City. I actually think they might.
But then what about Newcastle away?
They're not beating City. They're not beating City.
Let me finish though. I think they might beat City, but you know what? They're still going to bottle it. Why? Because I know they'll bottle it away at St James's Park. I know they'll bottle it away at St James's Park. So they'll build up their momentum to beat City and be like, yeah, we've done it, we got it. And then they'll go to St James's Park and be like, just like last season with top 4, when they were going to clinch it and they just had to beat Newcastle at St James's Park and they bottled it. They'll do the same thing again. It's
the fixtures, man. It's like, you see, here's the thing. This was always going to be tricky. This was supposed to be a win. This was supposed to be a win. And it was like, okay, Newcastle away, Brighton. These were the tricky games here. These were the tricky games. These were the tricky games here. Brighton, Newcastle away, and City. But we just said these were wins. We just assumed these were wins. The difficulty is you've now made these wins, and they still have this block here.
And That's the problem. You see, that's the problem. You can think like that. We can think like that. The problem is that I think the players actually thought like that.
Yes.
Let's be honest. This was said by everybody. Newcastle, City, Newcastle, City. Everybody was expecting those to be the tough games. And I think it seeped into their minds.
No, but Gatlook though, after the Liverpool game, shouldn't that have woken them up? After that Liverpool game?
Because like I said, Liverpool's game was always going to be one of the tricky ones. One of the last time they won there. The fact that they even got a draw there and the way Liverpool battered them, they were happy to go with a point. And they were thinking, oh, West Ham, who just played in midweek against Genk, they should be able to slap them. It's just West Ham. They can beat them. But what happened? And Southampton's on, bro. after Arsenal scored the 2 goals, my brother-in-law was like, okay, now it's about getting the GD up. And look at what happened. Even the Southampton game, people were expecting, bro, you should have watched AFC, bro. The people that they were saying 4-0, 3-1.
Yeah, what's called Troops has given up. So
no. To be honest, he's real. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like,
it's like the Gatwick is over. Because here's the thing, they're not beating like artists. I don't know what you're talking about. They're not beating City on Wednesday based on what has happened. Listen, you've given City the momentum, and City are going to spawn it at home.
And the thing is, I won't be surprised if they can galvanize themselves. What I was trying to say is that I won't be surprised if somehow they can galvanize themselves this game and somehow get a result. But what I'm saying, like, they won't be able to
holding center back, man.
But who knows? Like, if they won't drop even like small.
No, you guys are even no. Okay. No, you guys are insulting Holding a bit too much, bro. How many of the goals that they've considered is actually his fault? Zinchenko, bro, you're trying to show why they sold you in the first place. This guy was calling a holding after 2-0. What the fuck are you gonna say, bro? And the funny thing about this, hold on, do you know the funny thing about this scenario? I told you about this stuff. I don't know if it was you, I think it was Daniel. That's, bro, them exiting the Europa League, it puts more pressure on them to win this stuff. It puts more pressure on them to win this stuff. Because I remember last year, they had 10 games to go after the international break. Top 4 was in their sights. They won 5, lost 5. And this kind of scenario they're doing again.
I mean, to be fair, City do have some tough fixtures in the last couple. Let's not assume that City are going to win all of their games, last couple of games. They could definitely drop points.
Do you trust Arsenal to win all their own games?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I trust more Man City to get more points than I trust Arsenal.
Now.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it called? Fulham away, West Ham at home, Leeds at home. Come on, man. You see, come on. Like, come look at these games. Look at these games.
But as we said, you always got to fear teams that are batting like relegation. So I won't necessarily say that they are.
But I believe City a lot more in this situation because what I said, they've been there, they've done. Okay. So Smoke, where are you with this whole stuff, man? Smoke, where are you with this whole stuff?
You know, there's an African proverb that says,
"Oh, Patrick is here."
And what's it with these City fans and the African proverbs?
Well, it's really Patrick. So basically, Smoke is actually stealing Patrick's style. So
no. Listen, it says the proverb says, "Eat when the food is ready, but only speak when the time is right."
Oh, actually, hold on. So, Patrick has given us about 5 or 6 African verbs, which all don't make sense. Smoke has given us one that actually does really. That's actually really. That's one of the
got lost in translation, right? I got lost in translation.
Right, and that's what Arsenal fans. That's the issue. They spoke too early. I told them I've seen this movie before last season. It was almost mathematically impossible not to make top 4, but they bottled it. And I told them until you've passed that phase again this season, don't jump too soon because we know bottling happens when the pressure's on, not when there's no pressure, and that's the difference. And that's the only difference between us and them. It's not that we're this amazing team. No, we just know how to handle those edgy moments, those nervy moments. When you 2-0 up too early and you see no fight. Before the Southampton game, I said it, they will drop points. Why? Because Southampton is fighting for their lives. For them, a point is everything. And they were like, okay, no, So they walked in this game having won it already, and they're already talking about goal difference. Oh, this is where we're gonna catch up. Like, no, win the game first, then what about goal difference? And you're now seeing it. But people don't understand why we sold Zini, Jesus, and Sterling. We know these guys. Zinchenko till now, like Havertz. I'm sure if you say Havertz to Zinchenko when he's sleeping, he'll scream, he'll wake up. We lost the UCL because of him. We know it's HH, and it's that thing whereby at this time of the season, it's more about character than actually even skill. You need your leaders to come.
It's all about mentality. Yes.
It's about mentality and character, and we see they crumbling. HH things that they would normally do with ease. Now they're struggling. HH Southampton. The Nemo guy who said no, we can beat any team on no. You failed to beat Southampton this whole season. They beat you at St. Mary's and they drew. Same thing with City. You haven't beaten us. And HH, as much I don't expect us to win every game, but I know they will drop more points than us. That's a guarantee. Even and now it's at a point whereby they can't afford to draw anymore at the Etihad, because before, had they beaten Southampton, then they could afford to draw.
It draw would have been fine. Now it draw's not good.
They have to beat us, and that means you need to open up, and that's what we're looking for. You open up for us at the Etihad. Even if you're Bayern, we saw we will rinse you. We will.
It's like, sorry, so you have to open off, you have to attack. You don't have Saliba in there. You've been having defensive issues, and you're playing into City's hands. I just don't see it, man.
The issue of Arsenal comes from the manager. HH, the team normally reflects the manager. Arteta is an emotional guy. It's inexperienced. You can win a cup competition being emotional. The league. Nah, HH, look at Pep. He's stone cold, no emotions.
Yeah.
The guy only cracks jokes in press conferences. When he's on the bench, he's just looking at the guys and shaking his head when he's not pleased. That's all that you get. There's no emotion. And that's what you need. You need to be calm. You need guys who are composed. Even if you go 2-0 down, no. Shout out to them for coming back. But that was a bozo moment from Southampton. But even HH. Hence, I even said that if it was mathematically possible, they would have finished third. The way things are going, because I see them capitulating. They're not going to go on any run that they think they're going to go on. They might win here or there. They might win here or there.
That's what I find so sad, is that Arsenal just going to just completely capitulate. That's my fear, is that what could have been an amazing title race, is it just going to just pit out into just whatever? Let me come to Mike and then Elias, man. Mike, talk to me, man.
Arsenal, man. They haven't been in a title race for a while. They're understanding that the emotions, it's a roller coaster, like Thierry Henry said. And right now, the manager and the players and the fans are not handling their emotions correctly.
And remember, listen, and Mike, speak on it. First of all, actually no, answer me these two things. Do you think it all went downhill at Anfield or against West Ham? And secondly, speak on how those 2 times, you didn't make any mistake, and you lost by 1 point.
We didn't really make any mistakes. Obviously, the draw last season at Tottenham at home, that we should have won that game, to be honest. But otherwise, we didn't really, at this stage of the season, have 3 straight draws. No. You cannot allow.
You can't do that.
It's not even just draws; it's the manner. You're 2-0 up at Anfield. You would happily take that. The second half, they got battered by Liverpool. Liverpool should have won that game. And I'm a fair Liverpool fan. We should have won that game. West Ham, inexcusable. You're 2-0 up against West Ham, who are garbage this season, coming back from a Conference League game on a Thursday, and you allow them to come back and draw that. Then, yesterday, I didn't watch the game, but watching the highlights, defensively, they are shambles. And that is the one thing here. They are not good enough right now defensively. Yes, Saliba is a big miss. But I'm looking at Thomas Partey. The last 3 games, Thomas Partey is looking like Jordan Ayew in midfield. He's looking horrendous. There's no control in the midfield. Once they lose the ball, it is so easy now to counterattack against Arsenal because they don't really have a lot of cover. And the centre-backs, they're not playing that good. Obviously, they're going to blame Rob Holding because he's the scapegoat. And yeah, of course he's not good enough. He shouldn't be in Arsenal. But he's there. He has to perform. And Arteta then has to
Mike,
adapt
in fairness, Partey may have other things on his mind. I won't.
Let's not talk about that.
Let's
not talk about that.
Can you keep your mic muted? Thank you.
Let's not talk about that. But what I need to say is, I was on another stream. I don't go on a lot of streams. Well, I was on another stream, and this one Arsenal fan, this was after they got exited by Sporting in the Europa League. He said, it's fine. Don't worry. We can just focus on the Premier League. I told him that's not a good thing, because the minds of the players, they're going to be too much focused on the Premier League. Look at Man City and Liverpool. They have constantly had other focuses. The Champions League, FA Cup. But now Arsenal, all they're focused on is the Premier League. And I think they have too much emotion going on right now into this Premier League title. And now it's affecting their play. Look at yesterday. When it was in the end of the game, they just looked like they were defeated already. How many games do we still got to go? 8 games. And you're already defeated. And you got to go to the Etihad on Wednesday. I don't know how emotionally you can just get charged up again for that game. And Arteta, he's really got to work his magic, because, it's not looking the greatest for Arsenal. And I'm sorry, if Man City beat them on Wednesday, it's over. It's over.
Ilias, talks to me, man. I mean, so actually, on that point that Mike just said, if City beat them, over. Finito, let's wrap it up.
I would say it's already over. I said,
yes, that's what I'm saying. I think it's already over already. I mean,
I said if Arsenal don't beat Liverpool, they're not winning the title. I said that.
No. Elias, let's be fair. Let's say that they had a Liverpool draw. They beat West Ham. They beat Southampton. You know that they could afford it. Actually, hold up. So actually, wait. Guys, help me. If they had drawn to Liverpool, beaten West Ham, beaten Southampton, could they afford a loss to City?
Of course they could.
Yes.
Yeah,
of
course.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Elias,
No, see, but that's the thing. I said that they needed to beat Liverpool because when you're going up against Manchester City, you can't be dropping any points. And on top of the fact that you were going to have to play Manchester City at the Etihad, you needed a cushion. You needed something to say like, hey, if we lose, we can't, like, if we lose, it's perfectly fine. And on top of that, the way it happened, the way that you're going up 2-0, and Liverpool come back, and they could even won that game. Just the way it unfolded, I think that was the start of Arsenal's downfall. And to win league titles, not only do you have to beat the teams that you should beat, you also have to beat the big teams. You have to beat Liverpool, you have to beat Manchester United, Tottenham, all these teams, Chelsea, you have to beat them. And on top of that, going on to Mike's point, I completely agree. I think the exit from the Europa League and just the fact that you're only focusing on the Prem also harmed them, because just like with Manchester City, playing every 3 days, you get into a rhythm. When you win this game, okay, we're on to the next, and you get that rhythm. You want to keep playing, and when you win games, you don't want to take a break. When Arsenal only has one game a week, and for example, let's say you draw that game or you lose it, you already want to go back in there. You already want to restart and you want to go back. But that wait, and let's say you drop points into the next game, then you're like, oh my God, we're battling the league. Oh, so much pressure is mounting on you, and you want to get rid of that. And this is why I said if the downhill started in that draw against Liverpool, I think even if Arsenal, I don't think that Arsenal are going to beat Manchester City. That's the thing. The way that this team is playing, I think the league title is over. I think it's done.
I think the biggest thing is just Arsenal's scoring goals. They're scoring goals. That's not a problem. They've always been scoring goals. Just defensively, they look shambles. They're so open at the back, and it's so easy to just cut through. How are they going to cope with Haaland, Grealish, if Mahrez, who scored a hat-trick today?
If Alvarez comes on as well with his movement,
if Alvarez comes on, and then if Bernardo Silva plays on the right, how are you going to be able to deal with it? So I think if I'm Arteta, you got to start Tierney. You cannot play Zinchenko. Zinchenko is like Trent, great going forward, huge liability.
And also as well, Mike, because about that, there's also an emotional tax. I think Zinchenko might be too charged up because
he's too charged as well. Up.
Yeah, and you don't want that.
No, and we saw that at the Anfield. Remember when he got subbed off, he started crying on the bench.
No, you don't want. Basically, Zinchenko would be the worst person to play at City. Worst person.
Yeah, that mental factor is also like a big thing. Like when you're playing that game, all your players need to be 100% focused.
And this is the issue, and I think it's the point that Smoke made. Arteta has done really, really well I don't think Arteta is the kind of guy that can keep these guys calm. I think he is one of the guys that can play too much into the emotions and doesn't know how to really go into there and be cold and be fully focused. And I think that is the issue that they're having, because you see, guys, I said this. Week 11, week 12, it's called holiday camp. This is where it gets difficult because the pressure is a lot higher and so much because you're so close. And my question was, can you deal with the pressure? 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 Like, when you look at Liverpool, it is just what it is. Liverpool, they did the best that they could. 1 point. Like, the way this is going, this ain't going to be 1 point, bro. This is looking like five or seven at the end that City will win by.
This is actually interesting. Amber's first said that. I've heard this from someone who works at Arsenal all season. They've been concentrating on themselves. Last week was the first time all season that they start talking about City. Michael Antonio said that.
Mikel Antonio.
Yeah, he said that, I remember.
No.
I said, man, that when they got out of that Europa League, man,
they focus too much
on
City
social
now.
media. They're on social media. What we've been saying is what they're hearing now. And that is a very terrible thing to be having, thinking that they can just go to West Ham win, Southampton win, and whatnot. Because, bro, these guys, if you think about it, they considered 2 against Liverpool, 2 against, and 3 against Southampton. So that was what? 7 goals in the past 3 games. You know, these guys are like 3 goals away from equaling United. Like, you know, that's how crazy it is. This is a team that's gotten 7 before, and they are 3 goals away from equaling these guys or conceding goals, man. Like, and to your question earlier, you said that if they drew to Liverpool and they won against Southampton and West Ham, I don't think they could have afforded a loss against City.
Why not?
Because if they win, City go ahead by goal difference.
Oh, goal difference. Oh,
yeah, pretty much. If assuming Arsenal won against Southampton and West Ham, they are in 79 points. City have 2 games in hand. They win those 2 games, 76 points. 79 points, and their goal difference is higher. And Arsenal have actually scored only 1 goal less than City, although City have 2 games in hand. So is this kind of scenario where, for Arsenal, man, I honestly did not see. I had a feeling that one of them was going to drop points before that City game, because everybody was looking at that City game, Arsenal game, like that was the game. I was like, you know, in the title race, there are many other people, especially this year, which is kind of weird. Many from like 14th position to 20th, everybody is fighting for survival. I think Southampton are down, but everybody around that area is fighting for survival. Crystal Palace, I think they're just getting away from there, so 12th is not a big deal. But many of the guys around there, Newcastle, yeah, they'll be tough. But in this kind of thing, in this title race, everybody, look at City now. Last year, they dropped points to West Ham. Nobody saw that part coming. And Liverpool just dropped points to Tottenham. Although I know it's Tottenham and they're strong, but still nobody saw that part coming. So in title races, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen.
All right, so let me hit this dubs, and I want to come back to everyone else just to have their piece to talk. K-Dog, oh my God, lore, blue eye, blonde hair tax, took it back to 1933. Again, we will not be revealing that audio that Cole said. Let's just say that Cole has lost his damn mind. Thank you for that, Dubinsky. K-Dog, Alhambra. Lamine Yamal, crazy talk of what happened between Morocco and Spain. Oh, wow. His dad is Moroccan and his mom is from Equatorial Guinea. Don't jinx him. Who do you think he
remember when Cole called it Equatorial Guinea?
Yeah, the thing is, he apparently got in a fight while going to the Spanish national team, so there's that going on. So I think he picks, I don't know, man. I could see him picking Spain as well.
He could look, Morocco looking good. He could pick Morocco.
Yeah, he could.
Morocco looking good.
They're a talented team, you know.
Okay, look, how good is he really? Is he really? Because
no, I'm like people.
It's for me. Like, I don't want to look at Twitter. Zeman on Twitter, they said that he's the next Messi. They said this is the best talent from us since Messi.
That's my thing. Like,
people need to chill.
Easy on him. He's like a youngster. He's 15. Like, there's no need to overhype him or anything like that. Let him just ease into the team. Like, it doesn't make sense.
All right. Adams, think of the Dubinsky Adams, man. I think there's a lot of recency bias here with Tuchel. He's still one of the best tacticians about at his best. People are forgetting when Chelsea were a big problem to play when the Tuchel was there. Adams, but we have to look at, see, you should really be judging a manager by what did they do, what have they done lately. When he first got to Tuchel, amazing, boom on the UCL. The tail end, it was trash. He's coming to Bayern and it's been pretty trash. Hence, the name Tuchel Bayern didn't come in the 2021 season. It came afterwards in the season. Here's the thing. Tuchel is still a good coach tactically, specifically in the Cups. And I feel that, see, this situation is harsh on Tuchel because people are not going to now double down on Tuchel Bayern and so forth. But this is much more about the Bayern board that just making Tuchel look bad because he should never been hired. So you're going to get those memes and you're going to get those thumbnails with Tuchel that looking like if he just escaped from Azkaban and so forth. But like, look, this guy's pretty much messed up what Nagelsmann built, you know. Daniel Henkel, sell all players and buy players. Huh?
Core.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. I know. Okay, thank you. I know. Abris Fair. No, don't. Abris Fair. Core said Nagelsmann was sacked to save next season.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Look, the guys are.
He did the same guy that before. He said that they should sack Nagelsmann, bring in Tuchel, so they can have that new manager.
Look. The guy's mad. AJ says, Upamecano is so bad he turned core wrist. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Let's keep it going. Daddy Us told you Bomian can't win 2 CLs in the same deck. Wait, Daddy Us, you're still on this? Bro, this guy has had a thinking for Bayern since last year.
I respect the dedication, man. That's a true hate.
Oh, no, it's true. I've got to respect the hate, but okay, shout out to Joshua. Maguire, Upamecano and Bayern board class A, please. No, you see, look, Maguire is... Maguire is class A. Upamecano is class B.
No. I would say.
What does Maguire have to do to get scholarship? Like I don't.
No. I would say. Oops, I did it again. Is class A, and then you have scholarship Maguire, man. But oops, I did it again. Is class A.
The only thing.
How's he really?
Because almost like that nickname actually works because of how many times it is.
Oops, I did it again. Like he has to be class A, man.
Look, I don't care what anyone says, man. Britney Spears sometimes is a great track. That's a great track, bro. No, that track was trash. Sometimes, but Britney Spears is a good
edition. How do you get Britney Spears edition, man?
In defense of Maguire, like, and even though I think his booking should be sold, in terms of our resume, one, he's got a trophy this in the Carabao, but 2, he actually did have a reasonable World Cup. So you still got the thing that he plays okay he plays for England. Upamecano, I don't know. So.
I think that Us is actually is a chat GPT, bro. Like, right? I think the guy is actually at the AI because I'm like, is this guy real? You know, like yeah. The guy seems very much like an AI man. Well, let me just check all these Dubinskis and I'll come back to you guys. All right, so
time for the main event, right?
No. It's good. Shout out to Hamza. Thank you for the Dubinsky Hamza, man. Thank you for the Dubinsky Hamza, man. Thank you, Hamza. King Stash, thank you for the Dubinsky. Man City are not winning the league 100%.
I actually dare the Premier League. Like literally, like
a week before.
That
would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. And you know, Pep is going to release a mixtape if FFP stops them from winning the treble and stuff like
impossible. Virtually impossible.
That would be hilarious, man.
Virtually impossible.
All right. Okay, so Elijah, it's 13-14 again. You can beat City but still lose. You don't know, but look, if Arsenal beat City and they somehow still lose the league, I'd be like, bro.
They'll lose the way to like Newcastle, or it might be what's it called again? When Chelsea beat
Lambs, what guys? I'll tell you right now, that is something that Chelsea could do. They've been trash. They've been crap. They've been horrible. But somehow they'll just try and just ruin things somehow.
Just 1-0, 1-0.
Yeah, man. Just 3. 2015 last. What? Really? That's why some Arsenal won at the Etihad was 2015.
Yeah.
Really?
Romeo Lavia was
And in the league. And in the league. And in the league. Overall as well.
David T. If Arsenal meets Newcastle points total, huh?
Relax, David T.
Oh. Look, I was saying, AR loan agents. After we beat Liverpool in October, I said we won't win the league and we should focus on the Europa. Then they turned around and signed Jorginho. That's when I knew.
I think the bigger problem is they spent 20 million on a guy who wasn't even that good at Spezia, that Kivior, the center back.
Oh, yeah.
They should have gotten a better center back.
No, but he hasn't even played. And
he did play against Liverpool, but honestly, Holding is just trash. Holding is just trash.
Wait, hold on. So AR, I said it on Monday. If we draw or lose to Lamps, it docks the badge. City, Newcastle, Brighton, we've been leaking goals all season. Congrats, Don. Look, guys, you see, here's the thing. I've got to take my wins wherever I can take them. I will have a feast. If Chelsea contributes to the reasoning of Arsenal losing this, and also, wait, hold on, is that at the Etihad? I think it's at the Etihad.
Are you talking
sorry, I think it's at Emirates. Man, if Lamps beats them at Emirates, bro, that would be. No, and also, do you know what's funny? If Zach drops a 2-piece, and that's
Zach lives, man.
Not Zach. If Mudryk drops 2.
Okay, Rob, talk to me. Thoughts on this whole Arsenal after the bits.
Let's go against
Rob.
Arsenal.
Yes.
So
I think that Arsenal could still win it, but it's going to be very difficult. I think right now you could say that Manchester City are the favorite. Like they're missing Saliba badly because Rob Holding is just a lot worse than Saliba. He's not on the same level, so you could clearly tell he's a big miss. And you could also argue that they don't really have a clinical striker. Yes, Gabriel Jesus is very good, but he has never been known for his finishing. He's always underperformed finishing-wise. So I would say that Arsenal could still win it, and still possible, but it's going to be very difficult, especially with the drop points and with Saliba being injured or out, and with Rob Holding playing, who is a downgrade. So I think they could still win it, but I think that Manchester City right now are the favorite.
Anybody else want to give their thoughts on this Arsenal? No. Okay, I'll come to you. Z-Man, you were one of the guys who said that Arsenal already won the league and so forth. And I said, well, and you went, no, they won it. Do you now admit that it's over? Or do you still have hope for Arsenal?
Bro, in Arteta we trust, man. In all honesty, bro, like, it's just not looking good for them, man. I mean,
out.
Yeah, they could get reconstructed at the Etihad, and then it's just the manner. Like, for me, they should have won at Anfield. They had them, and they should have. It should have been a 3-goal lead in the second half, and then just calm it down. And I feel like to a certain extent, everyone talks about the players falling apart. I think the manager has to also be looked at, because the manager let them down. Let's just keep it real, man. The manager let them down because some of the substitutions, like taking out Gabriel, and the substitutions that made no sense. They should have been more defensive after leading 2-0, knowing what happened to them at Liverpool. And it just feels like it's crumbling for these guys. And for them, would it still be considered a successful season if they end up in second place?
You see, this is what I said. It's weird. Yes,
no.
No. It's like yes. It's just no. It would. But
success implies that you won something. It would be a good season, but it wasn't successful. We didn't win anything. Like, there's no success in that. It would have been a good season to build on, but there's no success.
No. But basically, put it this way: before the start of the season, the mission statement is top 4. So if they got top 4 and they got second, it's a success because you successfully completed your goal. But the issue is they've been leading the league for so long.
Yeah, that's
And also fans were like, no, this is our year. We've been ahead for so long. It will feel like a failure if they come second. It will feel like a failure based on just how the season has played out.
Can I say
expectations change like throughout the season, and that's why like when the expectations change. Like you can't go like, oh, the goal was top 4 and it was success. No,
expectations change. They
change
based on season goals.
So long, and you bottled it like towards the last like couple of games. Like it's a failure of a season.
No, that's my exact point. Like you've been leading for so long,
yeah.
And then those moments you crumbled, and the way you crumbled, and the way you were leading by 2 goals, and then you let a team come back into it. It kind of, and you were so close. You were ahead by a certain amount of points, which is like 8 to 7 points, and then you just let that crumble. For these past
I think the progressive season.
Yeah,
but the ending was disappointing, bro.
Failure is disappointing is better. Saying failure almost implies that there's been
those are the terms because I think that is what I said before. Real Madrid leading La Liga for a long time, and in the last few games they don't win it. That's a failure based on your expectation. Arsenal, I'm sorry, you've not won it since 2004. You cannot have expectations of winning the league. So you're not winning the league, it can never be a failure because you've not built enough credits for where you can call that a failure. Real can say that, Bayern can say that, PSG can say that, Arsenal can say that. But you can say disappointing.
No. But I still perceive it as a failure because I look at it this way, right? You've been leading for so long. The trophy's right there. You're towards the end of
no, Zeman, it doesn't matter. Zeman, they could have been leading. Zeman, at the end of the day, you're dealing with a club who have not. You're dealing with a club who are eighth, 7th. You have not won this since 2004. I don't care how long you've been leading for. Because Zeman, here's the thing though. I was telling you guys that I don't care how long they've been leading for. I still don't believe that they can win it because of their lack of experience. You just got here. You just got it. So see, for me, here's the difference. All of you guys respected, and were like, going to ask you could have win the league and so forth. I was like, I don't care how good you've looked. You need to show me something for me to respect you that you can truly win the league and so forth. For Liverpool, you got to a UCL final. Then afterwards, you then won the UCL. So Liverpool being in that position, if let's say Liverpool, the roles were switched, and Liverpool lost the league the way that Arsenal had, it would be a failure because Liverpool have been to 2 UCL finals based on just how good your team has been. Else, you came out of nowhere. Literally, you've gone from 5th to now fighting for the title. You've came from nowhere. So I can't call it a failure because you've not built enough credits on the bank for it to be like, man, these were expectations with the league. We didn't do it. Man, that's a failure. No, it's disappointing.
I would also say it's a failure just because, like, I don't know when's the next time Arsenal is going to be in this situation.
Next season.
We don't know that.
You don't know that. Like Arsenal next season could get 4th. Like Arsenal are like they were leading the title for so long. They were in the prime position to win the league. In the next season, you can't guarantee that Arsenal are even going to be anywhere near in this situation.
Wait, Gatlock, we're saying Gatlock.
Dortmund 2019, was it a failure?
Wait, so sorry, Dortmund 2019.
Yeah, that's a failure. That's a failure.
No, Gatlock. Yes, Gatlock. You don't know you can call that a failure. Dortmund, you've always been 1-2. So you've always been the title challengers of Bayern. So you can call that a failure because people expect that if Bayern don't win it, Dortmund are the next best thing.
What about for the case of Napoli? When was the last time they won it? If they bottled it, it's considered a failure, right?
Zeman, you see, Napoli is a bit tricky because Napoli, remember, I think it was it 2014, 2015 where they came really close? Napoli, you've always really been in that top 4, so forth. Guys, when last were Arsenal even in the freaking UCL?
Yeah, but we could also
wait, hold on. Okay, RDS and then smoke. RDS.
So just 2 points. The first thing, you can't use the Napoli argument because, to be honest, Napoli haven't been in the title race with anybody this season. Let's keep it a stack. Like they've just not been. So, like, Napoli examples a bit, because there's not really a way or 15, 16 points clear midway through the season. So I think that's why I use the word disappointing as a better sort of failure, because when we assess a season from start to finish, the season is ultimately over 38 games, not 5 games. And ultimately, the club, the manager, etc., they will often set expectations at the beginning of the season. So there is no way at the beginning of the season that any Arsenal fan, any even a casual fan, even probably the board were like, this, given what happened in the previous season, i.e. they missed out on Champions League, bottling to Newcastle, did anyone think Arsenal are going to be in a title race with Manchester City? Even if they don't win the title, at the end of the day, they still return to Champions League football after almost, it must have been 7-8 years now at this point. I generally can't remember the last time Arsenal won the Champions League.
6 years. I think it was 10-2. That was 2017.
No.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I see it as like a circumstance, right? Because in the circumstance, you look at the league performances of other teams, Man United, Chelsea, Spurs, all these people have failed, and you were right there.
But the point is,
you had it in your hands, and you let it go.
But the point is, you're saying failure of a season. The point I'm trying to make is that like you can't. It's like if I'm taking an exam, right? Okay, and I haven't done any prep or anything. I've done 0 prep. It's like an exam is out of 100, and the pass mark is say 60, right? But I've done 0 prep. I'm expecting to fail this thing. Okay, now if I then sit the exam and then I just scrape it and I get say 61, but actually my mates and people around me, who get 70 or 80. I can't say that that's a failure when I basically did no prep. I didn't expect to actually pass the exam, yet somehow, by the grace of God, I managed to do it.
No.
Now, am I disappointed?
It's like a perfect.
Wait, hold on. Ziman.
A better logical example is like this, right? You're taking an exam, and you know that it's based on a curve. So it's based on how well other students do on the exam relative to how well you do it. And then you end up finding out that majority of the students, they're not doing that well. Majority of them have been dropping points in terms of gaining points throughout the exam. And you end up somehow not topping it, even though you were one of the best. Like in terms of study, in terms of performance.
Here's where you're wrong. Can I ask a question? Hold on.
No, let us smoke. Because we want to get smoke and then let's get smoke.
Let's use Newcastle, for example, right? They've been in the top 4 for the longest time, even though I'm sure logically at the beginning of the season, last season they survived relegation, right? Yeah. So most likely they wouldn't have a goal of no, you have to finish in the top 4, but they've been third. They've hovered between 3rd and 4th for the longest time, right? Let's say they lose the top 4 spots to Liverpool at the end of the season or Brighton. That is a failure because of how the situation turned out, whereby the teams that would normally take that spot didn't perform to the ability, and a chance was given or created, and they were in a position whereby they could maximize it. So let me ask you, if Newcastle doesn't finish in the top 4 based on where they are now, is that failure?
As someone who lives in Newcastle, I can say no, because when you actually when you speak to Newcastle again, going to the expectation arguments, they're saying, listen, we thought that we were going to take 4 or 5 years to get into the Champions League sort of situation. We didn't think that in 1 year we were going to get into the Champions League.
No.
Hold on.
No, but getting into the Champions League isn't a trophy.
No.
You have the chance to win the Premier League title.
Hold on.
Wait, hold on. Let me bring it back. Wait, hold on. Let me just bring it back. Let me just bring it all back now. Because Elias made a very interesting point that expectations change. As much as that is true, I always go with the mission statements before the season. And that is still the most important mission statement. I still push back in a sense of expectations change, because hence why I go with the whole disappointing argument. What your goal must be, this is what we want to do before the start of the season, because before the start of the season, this is our squad. These are our players. This is where we've been. This is where we think that we should go. Now, if you overachieve, that's great. We overachieved. But this is what we think we should achieve based on what we've done. So for Arsenal, before the season, transfers being made and the squad, the goal is get top. You should come to make top 4. If you don't make top 4, that is a failure.
No.
Wait, hold up. So whatever happened during the season and so forth, now what's happened is you've overachieved. Let's keep it a stack. Arsenal are overachieving. So since you're overachieving and so forth, and you didn't fulfill your overachievements, how can that be a failure when you're overachieving?
My thing is, we said that expectations change throughout the season.
But also acknowledge that you are overachieving.
No. You said, no, expectation changed though. So the expectation for you leading by a certain amount of points was to win the league.
No. But Z-Man, you can no. Hold on, Z-Man. You can't ignore my points of you're also overachieving. You may say expectations changed, but you were overachieving. So cool, expectations changed, but you were overachieving. So if you fail to succeed your overachievements, how's that a failure when you were overachieving?
But HH.
But do you have faith that Arsenal will be in this position next season or the season after?
This
season is like progress for Arsenal, but because of the position that you're in, it's a failure. Like,
how is that a failure? Do people? No.
It can't be a failure.
You have the chance to win the Premier League title. You haven't won the Premier League title in 2004. If you don't win it now,
it's disappointing. No.
Elias,
you have to say it's disappointing. Failure is so much of a win.
Failure is so much of a
win. Hold up, Elias. You're dealing with a club who've not won this since 2004. You're dealing with a club of 7th, then 5th. You have just Elias. Nobody thought Arsenal would be doing this well. They have overachieved. It doesn't make sense how well they're doing based on how they've been doing in the past few seasons. So, Elias, the word you have to use is a massive, huge disappointment, because you're like, wow, we're here. We didn't think we'd be here and everything. And Elias, here's the thing. You know why? The reason why they won't win is because of lack of experience. And that lack of experience is why I didn't think that they'd even be anywhere near a title discussion. And if they had won the title, it would be shocking. Based on how good City are and how inexperienced this team is.
But the
people called this the Leicester season for a reason. Nobody saw them doing this.
Wait, hold on, smoke.
The reality is this: Liverpool fell off and Chelsea fell off. There is no guarantee that they will fall off again next season. So there's no guarantee.
And also Newcastle are coming as well.
Exactly.
So also Gary.
That is why it's disappointing.
We're not talking about this next season though.
That's why you guys are just listening reasons why.
Hold on, smoke right here, smoke.
Okay, so now my question is this: if Liverpool and Chelsea come back next season and Arteta finishes 5th again, then where do we go with all of this now? Then how is it? Is it progress again? No. Wait. So then where will the progress be? Because at the end of the day, I would call it progress if Liverpool were in the title race, Chelsea won a title race, so was Man United, and Arteta finished 2nd. Then that's progress because you're actually overperforming. Yeah. When other teams are not performing to the ability, you're not really overperforming.
That's
not really their fault.
Wait, hold on, artist. If you're going to use that logic, then we can then now undermine Pep Guardiola's wins in the Premier League. Because if you keep a stack, aside from Klopp in the maybe last season and possibly was that I think 2 seasons back when it was another 1 point, 91 point season. Like, how many teams were really functioning, working well?
No.
But the problem is, if your argument is we're waiting for all these other teams to be competitive, the reality is that how many teams have really been competitive with City in the last 5 or 6 years?
No. That's not what saying.
If I said Man City have progressed, then you can apply that logic to me. I've never said Man City have progressed. We've always been where we've been, competing for the title. So your argument doesn't apply to
No, but Smoke, no, but Smoke, my thing though, even if everybody was on their game, it's been said that Arsenal's points total halfway through the season, that is a title winning. So
Yes, but not
even if everyone did well,
Arsenal
Arsenal,
will be the first team.
Arsenal have still done
Yeah.
exceptionally well, even if this was like a regular season and everyone was
I
being
agree,
regular.
but now the thing is this: next season, teams will take Arsenal much more seriously, and we've seen at the back end of this season whereby when teams actually take Arsenal more
you guys
seriously, they don't.
speculating about next season that hasn't happened yet. None of you guys thought that Newcastle, for example, would finish before it happened. We're making assumptions based on wait, hold on. Okay, let me come to Nemo, and I want to come to Elijah. So Nemo, since you're an Arsenal fan, okay, so Nemo, since you're an Arsenal fan, would you, if you finished second, would this be disappointing or would it be a failure?
It would be disappointing. Let me explain it in the most simplest way possible. Obviously, like you said, I'm not gonna do the whole thing. Like, I came into the season saying we'd finish third. I came out confident, and I was being called like a deluded. Oh, what do you mean third? I said we'll come third, and I'll be happy with third. Obviously, circumstances change, and I like how Z-Man was using the analogy about the test and the curve. But the only thing he messed up is he didn't talk about the answers. He didn't talk about the answers on the test. It's all fine if people on the test are dropping points in terms of they're getting questions wrong. But you knew coming into in the exam you wouldn't be good on the test anyway. No one knew. No, you coming into the test, you didn't say, "Oh, I was gonna be the top dog," because Arsenal didn't do that. So yes, obviously other teams are dropping points and they're doing poorly. But coming into the season, and already in the season, bro, we lost to City and people said, "Yep, this is what we knew. We knew all this about the team anyway. Yep, you guys knew this." We lost to Everton. We drew against Brentford. People said, "Oh yeah, you all this." So even though those circumstances changed and we were still first, people always said, "Oh yeah, these guys are an elephant on a tree. It's all gonna come crashing down. They were never meant to do it." So how can you say it's a failure if not only we were up there for so long and we didn't aim to be up there, but even when we were up there, right, we are right now. People already said, "Oh yeah, it's gonna come. It's not gonna be sustainable." So how can you say it's a failure? It's disappointing. It's sad. We should have went on and win the league with the 8-point gap that we had. But again, there's still rest of the season to go. We don't know what's gonna happen. But if we do go on to lose the league, there's no way you could say, "Oh yeah, we failed," when even coming into this, even during the season, no one even had us winning in the beginning.
That's just a loser mentality, Nemo. That's just a loser mentality.
It's not loser mentality. You didn't listen to what
I completely agree.
Can I
speak on
this? Okay, wait, hold on. I'll come to Elijah, Abdallah, then AK, then we'll move to the next topic. Elijah, talk to me.
Yeah, guys, in my honest opinion, there is no right or wrong answer to this discussion. Actually, you guys have all made points that make logical sense and are very valid. For some fans, you can divide the fan base for Arsenal in two. Some 50% will say this is a failure, and 50% will say this is disappointing. There is no right or wrong answer in this situation. All that matters is, at the end of the day, even if we say it was a failure for disappointment, at the end of the day, Arsenal fell short. Arsenal fell short of winning the title. That's not going to change. Now, for example, what is actually failure? Let me say, for example, as a Liverpool fan, some of the Liverpool teams I've seen that have fallen short, for example, the 08-09 team that could have literally won a treble, finished trophyless. That's a failure. A disappointment would be 18-19, coming 1 point short and hoping Brighton could pull something out of their ass and beat City so we could win the title. That's disappointment. But in the case of where Arsenal is, in my opinion, there is no right or wrong answer. All that matters is that Arsenal fell short. Teams were not up to par. Liverpool and Chelsea, 8th and 11th, as we see. I more agree with what Don Smoke has been saying, because say, for example, and then RDS's point is also right. We are talking about next year, which we don't know what can happen. But as we see other teams come up, for example, Newcastle, and we don't know if maybe another team or two maybe, could end up getting bought out and then they're going to join. It becomes like a big 8, big 9 type of thing. At this rate, honestly, for me, there is no right or wrong answer. And also, it's not really much of a loser's mentality either, because none of us thought that Arsenal would reach this point. Did anyone of you guys think that?
Nobody did.
For example, For example, when Arsenal won the FA Cup in 2020, I was like, holy smokes, this is a miracle actually, because for as bad as they were, and how they just came out of nowhere and just won a trophy, that was a miracle. Let's just be really honest. But in this situation now, it's more that like, hey, we gave it a shot, and this is as far as it could take us. Let's just appreciate how far the guys have worked, and then just see what happens in the future, because you don't know when you're going to get this chance again, honestly.
All right, let me come to let me come to Abdallah then. AK, then we have to move to the next topic. Abdallah, AK, then we'll move. Abdallah.
For me, I think Arsenal and their fan base have underestimated their running. To be quite honest, and I think it's just Premier League fans in general. With the big clubs as well, because just because you're that top club and you have high expectations, you just underestimate whatever team just because of their position and the quality of their teams. They thought because West Ham are fighting relegation, it's going to be a swipe in the park. You can't just do that. You see Liverpool are playing badly and are falling off a cliff. You think it's easy 3 points you can win at Anfield, where hardly anyone wins at Anfield. So you can't really underestimate. They got cocky with all the. They got very delusional, very cocky with everyone getting into their ears, everyone bum licking them all the time, and it just got the pressure got to their heads, and now they're capitulating because they know they had that gap, and they didn't capitalize. They knew one slip up, it would be all over.
Okay, AK, talk to me.
I mean, in terms of being a success or a failure, it depends on how you look at the season. If you look at it in terms of just league, I wouldn't call it a failure in any sense. I'll call it a disappointment. If going up against a City team that's, if they win this league, it's going to be 5 out of the 6 last league titles, right? 5 out of 6 leagues. That's no team. Liverpool got 90 plus points and couldn't beat the City team. So I can't put that expectation on Arsenal, no matter at what point of the season it is, to say Arsenal can win this league. Because City, no matter what, you can't count them off, because they have shown in the last 5-6 league titles that even when they have to make up a lead, they will make up that lead. The point where this becomes closer and closer to a failure, and the point that's like kind of a jack in the hat in this case, is the fact that Arsenal did not go far in any of the cup competitions. You lost to Brighton in, I don't know, second or third round of the Carabao. You lost to Manchester City in the 4th round of the FA Cup. You lost to Sporting on penalties in the Europa League. Any one of those 3 trophies, if you gone foreign, people wouldn't have been saying if they need to win the league for this to be a success. If they don't win the league, it's a failure, because those cup competitions give you a bit of leeway to say, hey, we've gone far in this cup competition. We've won a trophy this season. They didn't go far in anything, which puts, in terms of rivals, in terms of fans, more pressure on the league performance. And if at halfway point of the season they're winning by 8 points, at one point of the season they only have to play 1 game a week, and they don't win the league, obviously fans are going to see it as closer to a failure than disappointment. If they were in a Europa League final or a semi-final and they were at this point, people wouldn't see it as a failure. That's the difference.
All right, let me hear this, and then we'll be in there. So Eddie Martin says, biggest bottle job in Premier League history without a doubt. Eddie, I think, is a Liverpool fan, and I'm sorry.
Sure.
Gerard was No. Elijah.
It was Spurs. It was Spurs, bro. It was not. It was Spurs. Let's be really honest. No, hold on.
Over Liverpool?
Hold on.
Yeah, against Leicester.
Hold on. Let me answer this question. This is the problem I have with other fans that say that. Liverpool did not go top of the league until they beat City at Anfield. Am I wrong? And there was only 4 games left. A bottle would technically be what Arsenal's going through right now, or Newcastle in 95-96. Those are bottles.
That's fair.
What Liverpool was going through, that's a slip up, like a legitimate slip. So, I don't know why people say it's
no pun intended.
Pun intended.
I know you were with me in this. Remember the time when we were halfway of the season and they put out that stat saying that any team that has reached like 50 points or something
Oh
usually
yeah,
go on
yeah,
to win
yeah.
the league. I remember that in Hangout after that, we said that, bro, just watch.
For me, I don't care about that stats and so forth. I'm sorry, I just don't. I never believed in Arsenal winning this league. I just never did. I'm sorry, I just never did. So let me hit it. So, Gatlock, Gatlock is an Arsenal fan. I talked to him as a girl on the Better app, and he confirmed it. Gatlock, do you have any response to this? Or I mean,
this guy doesn't even have a name, and I don't have a Better app. What's a Better app?
I'm just saying, like, I mean, maybe put it this way: have you been telling a girl who obviously isn't a girl that you support Arsenal?
Wait, what's a bird app first? Like,
Twitter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no.
Okay. Well, I believe you. Shout out to your boy Blue. I don't think Arsenal not winning the league is not a failure, but them going trophyless is a failure. You can't tell me their only goal was top 4. No. I mean, again, I'm sorry. No, like one of Arsenal's goals isn't that we have to win a trophy. Going trophyless, you can't call that a failure. No, you can't call that a failure. For me, I still stick with it. I'll maybe even do a video on it tomorrow. I still feel that I never believed Arsenal were going to win this league. You see, here's the thing. For you people who bought into the hype and thought that Arsenal could win the league and so forth, then you can say it was a failure. I never believed they were going to win the league. I don't care about the 50 points. I don't care whether I was like, no, I don't trust them. And when it gets to the business end of the season and the pressure mounts, Arsenal are going to fold.
But
and City are going to be laser focused.
Right? But you trust the Spurs.
Which match day was it?
Because you said Spurs were going to win the league. You said Conte was going to
I said second. I said second.
The only funny thing.
No. We have to move. So
we need to start the cook session.
No. We have to move. So guys, here's the thing. So
prepare the food, man.
Guys, my
Showtime.
Like and subscribe.
You know what?
Mad in the mud.
Why? Like and subscribe. Are you sick? Guys, let me just take a drink of some Baileys because this is going to be heavy.
I need to show you guys an example of good ownership.
Okay, here's the thing, guys.
I have 2 or 3 receipts to play HH, so just take your time.
HH, can we show you an example of good ownership?
Okay,
bro, just go on to that episode, and like there's like 2 hours worth of receipts in there.
Literally.
Hold on, can I just present this also for okay? Look, guys, here's the thing. My club is screwed, man. Each time I say it can't get worse, and it keeps getting worse. I thought that okay, give me one W. Bayern sacked Nagelsmann. They hired Tuchel. Tuchel messes everything up. Nagelsmann looks a lot better. Where does he now go to? He goes to Chelsea. These psychopaths didn't even offer Nagelsmann a coaching job. And they think that, Nagelsmann pulled out of the race because he wasn't offered the role. Because he was like, bro, either you want me or you don't. I'm not going to go to like American Idol or Who's Got Talent and be like, here's what I can do. I can do a handstand. I can do disappear. No. Either you give me the offer or not. Guys, I'm being real with you. If Pochettino is hired as Chelsea manager, guys, I mean, you see, you're really pushing it now. You're really pushing it.
That's a like right there, man.
Poch is one of the only managers I can say is genuinely garbage. He's one of the only managers that I say is genuinely garbage.
I mean, no, because, but see, here's the thing, guys. You can't do this. You can't just come into a club that's one of the biggest clubs in the world and just make it a mid-tier club.
The second
because what these losers want, they want a yes man. They want a yes man and they just want a stooge. So you took a club that had standards and you now say, no, it's about vibes. I didn't sign up for a project. How could you take a club that was winners and so forth and say, is that a project? Why? Why does it have to be a project for what reason?
I have a question for you, HH. I have a question for you, HH. Do you think the poll will bring Kane to the bridge?
Oh my God, this will add to the weak mentality if you really deep it, man. He's a great striker, though. To be honest with you, he would do bits for you guys.
Elias, is there any pauses I can take from if Pochettino is the manager at Chelsea? Are there any pauses whatsoever?
All I'm saying, I have to go. Like, just think of that. He's a Spurs manager. That's all you need to do. Tottenham. Do you want Chelsea to become Tottenham?
Heck no.
It's that simple. Pochettino coming is not going to make any difference whatsoever. I also want to see Lampard here just a little bit more, just to see Chelsea like scroll down the table just a little bit more, and then Poch come in just to see like Conference League and see you guys like play in Finland or somewhere right there. But as I said, main problem Todd Boehly. As long as you have him in the club isn't going to do anything. It's just like that.
Wait, cook what?
He could.
What?
I was into the big six, man. There are some people who said that Tuchel cook in Chelsea.
HH, you want me to tell you the truth
Cook Chelsea,
about where this is going?
Let me
This
speak.
is going.
There's an argument, bro. There is an argument, bro. Z-Man, talk to me, man.
No, bro. Like this is the way I see it, man. As an expert of a filling board, shout out to Bartomeu for making that possible. I got my certification because of him. This is ridiculous. So you told me Luis Enrique had too much demands. Okay. My prediction was you guys were waiting for Nagelsmann this whole time. That guy ends up not working. And now, because he had expectations and demands, you know what that means? If you get reports where it says a manager had demands and the board decided not to go with it, it means they're looking for a guy that could just patch things up.
Yes, and also Z-Man, they want a yes man. No, Z-Man, we are running an orphanage.
No.
We want someone to take charge of our orphanage. That's what it is. It's an orphanage.
And it's like, this is crazy.
Z-Man, this is sick. No, Z-Man, what they've done to my club in Sophia, Z-Man, this is criminal. What they've done. Like Drogba saying this, I don't recognize my club. In the space of a few months, you have destroyed 20 years of hard work. 20 years of hard work you've destroyed in the space of a few months. Z-Man, what you've done, it's criminal. What you've done is criminal.
The wild thing is like this guy, you know Todd B. I think he's
his name his name is Todd Boehly. He's not allowed to call him by his full name.
As long as he's your owner, your new name is Rebecca. That's your new name, bro. You can't be called Chelsea and doing stuff like this. You're Rebecca. He's transformed you guys to a Rebecca. You're out here just you're out here just collecting checks. You're Rebecca. You're going from paycheck. Why are you going for Poch? It makes it doesn't make sense to me.
It's Zima. But do you know what it is? Do you know what Pochettino is? You've got. I told you it's an orphanage. I know I crack jokes and everything. That I want to be funny. I'm not being funny here. You developed an orphanage. I need someone to run the orphanage. The big thing about Pochettino is he's good at developing young players. Z-Man, there's not about success or trophies. It's vibes. The mission is vibes. The mission is vibes.
What happens if Chelsea becomes like a selling club? How about that?
Elias, hold on, Elias. I am convinced that this is a money laundering scheme. This is a money laundering scheme that these guys are doing.
You know what's scary, HH? You guys actually spent 20 mil on a 15-year-old striker for youth academy recently.
Zeman, they bought another winger today.
Exactly. You guys are spending 20 on underage children. It doesn't make sense.
Nah,
it's just like you
even
guys.
Fab is like, guys, relax, man. Like, come on.
No. It's like you keep recruiting players for your youth.
Oh wow! Did someone wait? Did we be captured? Zeman.
What happened?
Yeah, I think Zeman may have fell.
He may have been talking about these guys.
I got his check.
Yo, Zeman, are you there? Are you alive, Zeman?
They cut his check. They need money for transfers.
Yeah, I think they cut his check, man. I think they cut his check. So, guys, let me quickly take some debates because then I'll.
You guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What happened? You fell off a balcony or something?
No. Todd B. He said I was releasing too much secrets, man.
Oh.
The truth is, I gotta be honest, HH. Your club is finished. I don't see a way back. You know, I don't see a way back. You have Enzo, and that's it. Your midfield. Your offense is. It doesn't even make sense. You guys are spending more money on your youth when you know that you guys don't have a first-team striker. You bought Aubameyang for no reason, and the other guy that you bought, Fofana, is playing in the under-21s. This is the definition of a finished club, man.
Wait, hold on. Let me take some debates in the comments with the guys. I saw Mr. Football News who said Jose Peseiro or Postecoglou next Chelsea coach. Guys, my interview is next Wednesday. They're interviewing everybody. Mine is interviewing. So, guys, I don't know. Elias, I don't know why you're laughing. So, guys, should I do it like face to face, or should I have a PowerPoint presentation? What do you guys think? So, Streets, talk to me. So next Wednesday. So, Streets, should I do PowerPoint or should I just do face to face? Because my interview is next Wednesday. So,
I would say face to face.
Face to
I'll
face.
tell you what they're expecting in church.
PowerPoint, like too professional.
I know. Okay, face to face goes through. So what are we doing like this? Spam if you're loving the Arsenal falling. Well, look, it is what it is. It's Arsenal being an Arsenal, man. I prefer. What is happening at Chelsea is a CIA operation. It's a money laundering scheme. Boehly and Tuchel are trying to siphon and wash money away, and this is what they're doing. Because I'm sorry, this whole thing of Enzo is now on 9 years now. Elias, if you can find Enzo's parents in Argentina or something, tell them that, bro. I think that he's been trapped in some kind of weird thing because it's 9 years now that they've had him here for.
Those are prison sentences. Like
it's
9 years. I have never heard a club giving 9 years to players.
Wait, hold on. So, K-Dog, have you ever seen Moneyball? Yes, I have, with Brad Pitt. A baseball movie with Brad Pitt and what's that guy from Superbad? Yeah. A baseball movie where a low-desired baseball team used data analysis and expected stats to change the team direction. Todd Boehly came from baseball. That's what I'm saying.
No, he's doing the opposite of that, man. He's doing the opposite of that. He's spending money for no reason. He's not spending cheap. He's not spending right.
There we go. That's because I think if I remember, in the whole thing was because based on his truth, like they actually used data to get out guys who nobody wanted. So guys that nobody wanted, and then they actually did really well by using data to really get guys that no one really desires. So it was actually like a clever scouting thing. The issue here is you're spending a whole lot of money here. You see, if they actually did the whole Moneyball thing, we're failing, it's like, well, okay. But what makes it such... The heck?
Yo, what was that?
What the hell was that?
Wait, Elias, also Elijah, was that your kid or something? Okay, great. So, no. So my thing that is... no, the issue here is... No, the similar is there... These numbskulls, you're using data analysis just to get players, not into fit into a system, an ideology, a strategy, just players. Zeman and Elias are here. There is a Barca type player. So whoever the manager or the coach is, there's a Barca type player that fits the scheme and so forth. It's all about so forth.
They're choking you, man.
I know they're choking me. So the issue here is this bombers clowns. You bought guys for Tuchel, you bought guys for Potter, you bought guys without of Potter, and now you're not going to buy guys for Potter and so forth. It is a total, complete mess. And this clan, I saw Fabs, he actually admitted that he's made mistakes. Of course you've made mistakes. Like, it's been a complete and total mess. It's been a mess.
What's worse is the players that you've signed for 600 million. You guys are still missing key players in that squad. You guys are missing a striker. You guys are missing like a keeper. There's like so many positions that have not been reinforced.
Elias, how do you spend
600 million and still have so much left?
Elias, how do you spend 600 mil and it's like, wait, we actually need like 3 or 4 players. So it's like, and it's. Do you know why? Who spends 100 mil on Modric? Who spends 70 mil on Wesley Fofana? 70 mil on Wesley Fofana. Who spends 45 million on Koulibaly? Especially, you've spent, because Ian, that's 100 mil. That could get you 3-4 quality players.
HH, I heard you were selling
How much
Pogba.
did Caicedo cost? How much did that kid from Paraguay cost that came on and so forth?
What
So
did Alvarez cost?
HH, is it true that you selling us Kova end of the summer?
hell no. Okay, wait. Let me just hell no. Wait, Daddy Us, you've come back and you think that I'm going to be this stupid. Daddy Us, you really think I'm going to be this stupid? Daddy Us, you think I'm really going to be this stupid, man? You sad man. You sad individual, man. I mean, for people who are listening, he's trying to base me. Why is Chelsea looking at blah, blah, blah? There you go. You think I'm that stupid? Okay, RDS. Okay, play it. RDS, play it.
I mean.
Oh, he's jealous. Look at his jealous. Oh, he's jealous. He's jealous. Look at his jealous. Oh, don't be jealous. He's crying. Don't cry. Paul, we're back. Paul, we're back. Paul, we're coming for that you see the other day still. Paul, we're coming for that trophy that you stole. We're coming for that trophy you stole. We're coming for that trophy you stole.
We just want to say is, you never count royalty out. You never count royalty out. This is the history.
I mean, Eddie, this is the royalty. It's Chelsea. Yeah, this is sad, man. This is just sad. This is just sad. Oh my god.
People really try to clown us.
Really? Eddie, really? Really? Oh my god. Let's talk. Eddie, let's just talk. It was backs against the wall tax. Mike, when Chelsea back against the wall, we always pull through. Always. That's why we're the second biggest club in the world after Real Madrid. Whenever our backs are against the wall, we always pull through. We always pull through. That's what it is. Listen, Mike, it's a big club thing. It's a big club thing.
It's a big club thing, right? It's a big club thing. It is a big club thing. Chelsea always come back. Now,
RDS, that was unnecessary, man.
It's just it puts things.
That is also necessary. Mish. Yeah, man. Mish, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like I'll tell you right now, I don't know when next I'll have happiness like that anymore. So,
can I show you an example of what good ownership is, real fast?
What is this?
All right. Let's go ahead and do this here. Let's go ahead. You see these guys right here, HH? These two? Does anybody recognize who these two guys are?
Oh, I believe that's.
Is that Deadpool?
Say that again. Z-Man, say that again. Z-Man, say that again.
That's Deadpool.
That's
right?
Deadpool, right? Yeah. So they bought Wrexham 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago, when they almost went bankrupt. Almost went into let's just say almost just died. And then they got some buddies, put their money together, and then as we speak, Wrexham is getting promoted to the Football League. And they've done that in less than 3 years. HH, your club has spent 600 million and we can't even find you on the table. What the hell is going on, man?
Elijah, are you saying they're going to get promoted from the Championship?
No. They're getting promoted from the National League to the Football League.
Yeah. Chelsea.
They're back. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is that the success?
Bro, how's the Marvel Cinematic Universe getting ahead of you, HH? Crazy.
Can I just finish my point?
You see, like in life, there are peaks and troughs, and there are highs and there are lows.
Yeah.
You let a Marvel Cinematic Universe beat you.
And the funny thing is that the year isn't even finished. The year isn't even finished. We could have so much more.
Who wins a league title first, Chelsea or Wrexham?
No, bro.
Yeah, Wrexham already did. So I mean,
that's true. Yes.
HH, you think you can win the Premier League before
bro,
the HH?
Bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I can't.
There are picks and troughs. I still have my UCL victories and so forth.
Can I just clarify something?
And you can't take away the memories. RDS, you can't take away those memories.
I know.
Those memories will always be etched in forever.
I know.
And the past is what builds the legacy for a club and so forth.
I know.
So as much as you clown and so forth, 2012 exists. 2021 exists, our Premier League titles exist, our Europa League titles exist, Drogba exists, Hazard exists, and everyone exists.
I know.
You know it's bad when he has to go to history.
So does the mood as well. The mood exists as well, and Chelsea exists as well.
I mean,
the second biggest club in world football. Sorry, just point. I'll be 2 minutes. The second biggest club in world football, right? Because that's what you said. That's what you told us. Remember, those are seats. Those are seats came pre.
We're peasants, or yes, we're peasants.
We're peasants. We don't understand. We don't understand anything. So the second biggest club in world football, right? Because I need you to answer questions, say to Ross and the panel. Because the second biggest club in world football is considering Pochettino. Not only Pochettino was first choice, but it's actually looking into Vincent Kompany as second. Let me repeat that to you, HH. Pochettino was first choice, and Vincent Kompany. You know Vincent, you know what, Burnley, just coming up and stuff like that. Brother, lovely guy, respect him.
You know what?
You're gonna make a City player manager before City does?
Here's the thing. So
can you explain why that is, HH? Because he's on the list. He's on the short list.
Todd Boehly, here's the thing. Okay, I've had enough. Guys, this is now bullying now. You guys have been bullying me consistently month after month after month. Lord knows what will happen against Brentford and everything. And guys, I've had enough. Streets, everybody, I've had enough. This is ridiculous. Because no. What? I can't say anything in response. You see, I just have to sit here and just take the abuse, and it's unfair.
No, actually, you can't.
It's unfair. I did nothing to deserve this.
The receipts.
Streets, what did I do to deserve this?
No,
because how can we just have it doesn't make any sense. How can everything be an L? Give me one dub. Just one dub. Just give me hold up, smoke. Just give me Nagelsmann. Just give me one dub. How can I just have L? Am I LL Cool J? The heck?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, man? Conor Gallagher said it best, man. There's always something to chase, man. There's always something to chase.
No, he meant Zeman. He meant the ball. Zeman. He meant the ball. He meant the ball.
Our money is our concern. Worry about you. All of this. They spend. FFP, bankrupt, they're breaking the rules. Worry about your own. If you're a peasant, be happy being a peasant. Be happy being a pauper. Okay? It's Chelsea Football Club. It ain't personal. It's just a bit. So if we get Enzo for 120, 140, 170, worry about your own. Do not pocket watch. However much we spend is our concern. It's good. It's all good. And please leave the fluent trophy boys alone. You have been warned.
That's an interesting warning there.
Yeah, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal.
Wait, hold up. Sorry, mods. Can you please put McLovin in timeout, please? Can you please put McLovin in timeout, please? McLovin, can you put McLovin in timeout, please? Mods, can you put McLovin in timeout? Thank you.
RDS, can I ask you a question real fast?
Yes, go on, Nigel, go on.
So, as you played that last 5 seconds, speaking of fluid trophies, right? If I am not, and panel, please correct me, and Streets, please correct me. Did Chelsea not lose 4 straight domestic cup finals in a row?
They did.
Recently? Then how are they speaking trophies fluently? If you guys want to correct me on that.
They speaking fluent L's.
It's beginner level.
Correct me, because
see, you know what? No. I'll level with you, man. Todd Boehly, like Todd Boehly, man, don't let me meet you in a street, man, because
Relax,
no. What you've done to me this last few months is unfair, man. This is messed up. This is messed up, man. Like no, because my thing is like, because I'm just sitting down, it's like, wait, how is it just bad every single day? Every single day, like there's nothing positive.
Welcome to
there's nothing positive.
You know what's really bad? We were actually talking about you adding mid-table subs to this channel, but we're actually having to talk about adding relegation subs to your channel. That's a completely different language.
Are you gonna do championship reviews? Is this what you're gonna have that? Championship.
Has Ed Frank achieved 007 yet?
He's 3 games away.
3 games away, man. It's 3 games away.
See, I don't want to tempt.
I told you.
I don't want to tempt it because I am very tempted to call him Kilmud. I'm very tempted to call him Kilmud. Kilmud. I'm even calling him Kale. Kale looks good. Mike, Kale. I saw a few touches from Kale. Kale will do a few things. So let me just be tempted because I don't want to mess things up. But Kale looked alright because the moment that Kale came on, team got better. Even that Bournemouth looked good. So my thing is that one puzzle was this: Kale looked good. Chuko and May.
Bro.
Kale.
Milner has to pay for his crime.
Yeah, I mean, my hope is that like this is just a rough patch, So
remember, that was against the 50.
You know what's crazy?
My team. My team is it? Look at sing. I got my team. I got
my team. I got my team.
Man of the mud.
That's a banger. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Mixtape. Come on,
release it. Are you sure you're not Drake's writer? That's a banger, AJ.
Are you sure you're not Drake?
Man of the mud. We got the man of the mud. We got the man of the mud. We got the
man in the mud. Oh my god, that's a classic. You know, Poch is gonna sign an 8-year +1. You know that, AJ? You signed an 8-year +1. You know how your club rolls.
You know what? Like, okay, guys, fine, all right.
Wait,
okay, all right. Okay. No. Okay, no, fine, cool. All right, no, fine. It's all cool.
Would you take an 8-year contract as well, HH?
Yeah, 8-year contract +1. Remember, +1.
HH.
All right.
Let's say you get the job. Would you take an 8-year contract as well?
It's all cool, man.
HH, there are positives you can take from this. Instead of listening to Chelsea, you can now listen to He's Magic, Maurizio Pochettino.
No. Envy is good. Alias, do me first. Alias, envy is
So Chelsea is playing with like 10 attackers up there. No midfield.
Alias. It's a process.
It's quite literally a
Ricardo, it's a process. Ricardo, you're just because we can spend. Cash goes everything around me.
We did try to warn you. Like, in fairness, the problem is that we actually did try to warn you. We did try to give you some guidance. We did try to say, listen, relax. But I'm curious, for the sake of
Came on, don't worry, like we're almost done. So I just need to stick with your dubs and everything, man.
Generally, what are your thoughts, HH? Like, if Pochettino is Chelsea manager, what do you think is going to happen?
I'm not answering anything from you guys.
Trophies bring ego, like Poch said, man. He's not here for trophies.
if you think I'm answering anything from me, I'm not answering anything from you guys.
Trophies bring ego.
Okay, so going because like this, no, trust me, this topic is done. We're moving to the FA Cup preview, man. Sage. The only thing I'm pulling. Okay, that's a bit. Okay, Sage. Relax. Thank you. Miguel Rabines. I don't see Pochettino as an end game manager. First off, Bram wanted him before Tuchel. I see Poch as a guy to develop guys like Colwell, Mudryk, and Madueke, then go for guys like Gallardo or De Zerbi. Okay, Miguel, here's the
You going to Brighton again?
Miguel.
Did you forget the juniors?
Brighton again.
See, Miguel. You see, Michael. Here's the thing. I didn't sign up for a process.
How do you go from a winning project to now building a process? You didn't have
No,
to do that.
HH, on RDS's or Getlock's tape, you just told Ricardo that it is a process. Did you not? Getlock, am I right?
Can I respond?
That's true.
I was overexcited and I was caught up in the hype.
I know.
So I was caught up in the hype and in the source, and I was just saying crap that just came out of my head. I was overexcited. Okay, I was happy. I believed the hype. I was lied to. I was led astray. I was lied to. I'm sorry. I get excited. I get happy. I say things. I'm sorry.
It's a process. At the same time. But it's quite literally a
Ricardo, it's a process.
Ricardo,
Yeah.
So Miguel, my thing is that Miguel, I didn't sign up for a process. I didn't sign up for a long-term thing. We are a winning club, and we deserve to be a winning club. And Miguel, Drogba said it. I don't recognize my club. Miguel, this was not the castle that Abramovich built, which is what pisses me off. George G.
But it's quite literally a Ricardo, it's a
George G. Chelsea have always bought players wanted by other teams. You can't tell me that Chelsea signings are not good enough. Any team will gladly take. George, that's not how it works. It's not about buying quality players. It's about buying the right players and buying the right players to fit into a system. You've just bought players. Are you sure Modric and Havertz can work together? Are you sure Madueke and any of these other and Ziyech can work together? You've not gotten a manager who has given you his idea, how he wants to play, given you his vision, and now acquired players for that vision. You've just bought guys independent of the manager's vision, willy-nilly and so forth. And let's say you've even bought guys for Potter's vision. He's gone now. He's sacked. So it's a mess. It's a mess, y'all. Just 3. Fun fact. In Guardiola's 15-year managerial career, every team that has finished above him has won the league except Pochettino's Spurs. 16-17. Hashtag Spursy. Yeah, man. George, head over to my Twitter page or to the website, haveafootballhot.com, and click on the link. The link is there. I've posted it on my Twitter page and you can join in, bro. QC8. Simeone apology vid if he beats Sontax Lavi.
Yeah, you have to apologize to him, bro.
Can I ask a question? Is
it what's crazy?
Bro, the amount of L's that you're taking, bro.
Is it possible for Barca to bottle this?
Bro, if we bottle it, that's
he called him Sontax Lavi, man.
Bro, that happened.
No, but is it possible for Barca to bottle this?
Gatlock, I need any wins I can. Barca bottling, I need that. Because I saw Zilman laughing and I saw Elias laughing. So yes, I need if I could get a Barca bottle job, yes, I need that. So I'm praying for it, man. I'm praying for it.
We'll win tomorrow, then. It's
all right. So what I thought was going to be a fruitful conversation has turned into a roast session. So let's beat this job and then we'll move over to something I want. Miguel Rabinez, HH. You may not agree, but I still believe we will be good long term. I pray so. We'll have bumps in the road. Miguel, I don't think this is a bump. I think we've actually gone down to hell. Yeah. And I think we're saying what's up to Lucifer. And Lucifer's like, what are you doing here, bro? So I think we're actually chilling out in Lucifer's back here. That's how down we go. But we'll be good. There's a stadium redevelopment. No, Miguel, look, my thing is that, look, peaks and troughs, highs and lows. And look, there's going to be a high. When the high is, we don't know. But of course, it's going to be a high. But Miguel, I'm sorry, Miguel. This is the worst season of any club. Based on money spent and output. Because Miguel, you cannot deny that what these owners have done, it's criminal what they've done. It's criminal.
Can you at least tell the panel and also the chat when Chelsea will win a game? Can you at least tell us that?
So, guys.
Or yes, when will they next score a goal? That's the important question.
So
when will Chelsea will score a goal?
Here's the thing. I'm praying. I am praying. Now, RDS, didn't you promise me a Karabuki, a Europa, and an FA Cup?
I mean, didn't you promise me
No. Don't switch it. Artist, you know you can't actually do that. Artist, you can't do that. Artist, ask a simple question. Artist, you can't do that. You can't. No, Artist, we've left that topic. We're on a new topic right now. Artist, focus on the topic. Artist, you can't do this. Artist. Artist, you're just being childish. Did you not promise me a quadruple of the Karabuki, the Europa League, and the FA Cup? Yes or no?
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Things were,
so all I'm saying is that
as you know, things were said. Things were said, as you know.
Are you gonna beat Brighton?
No, I don't think so.
What?
And I mean that generally because like I asked people, who's gonna play in the back four on Sunday?
Maguire's
suspended.
Oh, is Shaw still injured?
We don't know yet. So please tell me the back.
Hold on. So you said that we're not getting a Manchester Derby FA Cup final. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I mean, can someone tell me the back four, please?
Is Yapstam still available?
I think he's managing in Eredivisie, isn't he? I think he might be.
Gary Pallister, Dennis Irwin,
Gary Pallister's,
Rio. I think Rio still plays Power League. I think.
No, they have Phil Jones.
Steve Bruce.
Yeah.
See, yeah. Well, is Steve Bruce still managing? No, I think Steve Bruce is managing.
Is it Phil Jones and Victor Lindelof?
Phil Jones is people keep saying Lindelof Shaw. I'm still not 100% about Shaw because of the whole he was holding long, so I wouldn't surprise, and maybe Ten Hag might want to rest him.
If it's not Shaw, who's playing?
No, but obvious that's Alex still believes in Phil Jones.
Phil Jones is injured, and actually, I would play Phil Jones over Maguire. I'm not going to lie.
No, 100%.
Wait. How can somebody that what do you do? Pull his leg muscle? How has somebody who's been warming bench injured? How does that make sense?
Name me the back four that's going to play against Brighton tomorrow.
Is it Casemiro and Lindelof?
It might be.
Casemiro at centre back.
It might be Casemiro and Lindelof at centre back.
How about McKinney?
Somebody's injured, Don Smo. Somebody's injured.
Fred.
Wan-Bissaka?
Maybe I don't think Wan-Bissaka's played at centre back before. He's fit, but I don't think he's played.
What about Eden Menji from your academy?
Okay, guys. I think translation. I think we're getting a City Brighton FA Cup
exactly.
So I think that's a translation.
That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm like, when I can't think about what my back four is going to be in this game, then people say the United are going to go in as favourites. I think are understated. Let's just put it that way. So.
Okay, look. Let's here now, guys. This is mission stop the treble because I mentally cannot deal with a Pep treble and so forth. I can't psychologically deal with that. So
I'm all for it.
Elias, I'm not. No, and here's the thing.
I want it.
Can you notice how crazy it is? I do feel that Brighton are favourites and expected to beat United, but I think United have a better chance of beating City than Brighton. I think in a final one-off game, what it is, I trust United more than Brighton. Come on.
Brighton won't score. They're gonna have chances, but
I think. No. Come on, smoke. Who would you rather face in a FA Cup final, Brighton or United?
Brighton.
100%. 100%. Like it would be a foreign game. It'd be cool. Brighton would have the chance. They beat Brighton. United, you never know. United just could.
It'll be personal. Plus, they won't
it's a derby. It's a derby.
Thank you. See, with Brighton, hey, like this, we've overachieved. It's crazy. So for them, it'll just baby vibes. But for United, it's like, oh my gosh, we have to beat them. So there won't be any added pressure of Brighton wanting to beat City. For United, there'll be that added thing of we've got to beat these guys, and we've got to do our bits to stop our local rivals of winning this treble. So 1,000%, I would trust United a lot more than Brighton. Brighton will get beat. It'll be a simple 1-2-3 2-0, simple 2-0. But if Ardis is saying what I'm saying, and I'm not looking at what the streets are saying,
if fair enough, if we were playing if we had our strongest 11, if we had our available fit, available players, then I would generally be saying a different tune. So what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to be reverse jinx or stuff like that. I'm literally saying, when I don't know what the back four is going to be tomorrow, I can't be confident that we're going to beat Brighton. When I don't even know what the back, and then I think Martial, who was the number 9, he's now injured again. So you're telling me that a team that doesn't know what the back four is going to be with Weghorst as the number 9 is going to somehow go and beat Brighton? Like, come on, guys! Like, even if you come on, let's be let's be real, guys. No, I'm sorry.
But you know, Aris, you do say this though. I know how these things do go.
How many goals has Weghorst scored in the Premier League?
I'm saying that. I'm looking at United's experience and just it's being United. No, Aris. On paper, you're right. On paper, Brighton should easily beat you guys on paper. But it's an FA Cup semi-final, and there's that added weight and the occasion. Could that play against Brighton?
I need a number of goals that Weghorst has scored in the Premier League.
Hold on. Number 10.
Yeah, started almost 20 games.
Is the horse your only attacking outlet?
Rashford, I think, is back. I don't really count Sancho at this point because the guy is at this point. I've lost patience with him. Guys are back.
Wait, hold. So Mr. George, go to my Twitter page. And the link is there on my Twitter page, or someone can just post it in the streets. Go to my Twitter page and post it, then you can click it there. Thank you, bro.
Maybe he doesn't have Twitter.
True. Okay. Okay. Is Bruno playing?
Yeah, so if I'm going to hobble a starting 11 together based on victory, okay, De Gea will be in goal, probably Wan-Bissaka at right back, Dalot at left if Shaw is injured still potentially, and then maybe Casemiro and Lindelof together. If he does risk playing Shaw, then you would play Lindelof and then Shaw as left side centre back, and then maybe Malacia, for example, left back. Then midfield, you play. He was probably going to play Casemiro, Eriksen, and Sabitzer again, which I don't think is great, but he'll probably do that instead of playing Fred. Assuming unless Casemiro, Luke Shaw is injured, in which case Casemiro will play centre back, and he'll probably play Sabitzer, Fred, and Bruno. And then the front three is going to be Weghorst and Rashford, Weghorst, and then Anthony, probably. Or Rashford as the 9, and then sorry, I'll take it back. He'll probably play Rashford as the 9, then play Sancho on the left, and then Anthony on the right. That's probably what the front three will be.
Okay, look, let's go around. Elias, Brighton or United?
When I'd say just because of the injuries, Brighton are favorites, because like when you don't have like your starting back line, and what you've been working on throughout the entire season, your team, like that back line is what provides stability to the entire team. And without that stability, and especially with the good run of form and like how Brighton have been playing, just think about how is Manchester United going to handle Mitoma without like their best defenders?
Yeah.
But in this type of game, I see Brighton being Manchester United. If Manchester United did have like their best team, I would have Manchester United winning. And it's a shame. It's a shame that we're not going to get a Manchester derby in the final.
Ziman, what are you saying? So Elias says Brighton. Ziman, what are you saying? Can Anthony rise?
Anthony can David De Gea rise, man? that guy's going to be a problem, bro. He's an opposition creative outlet, bro.
Look, man, Ziman, we have to. Our hopes rest on one-legged, man. One-legged has to rise, man.
No. My hope is Manchester United to complete the treble. I'm not on your side, Itch. Let's just keep it real, like. And my thing is, Brian would actually be more of a challenge, bro. Because I'm looking at it. When is everyone coming back from Manchester United?
Well, the FA Cup final is June 3rd, so that's a lot. That's a long time.
I think Varane will probably be back by then. I mean, I think Martinez is not.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah, Martinez is out for the season.
Varane will probably. I think by the end of the season, in theory, assuming there's nothing major, most of the players will be back. So we'll probably have a near stronger team, with the exception of Martinez, if we make it to the FA Cup final. But now, I know.
Yeah, it's looking like Brian might get that dub, and then because I just look at Brighton and I think to myself, like, these guys actually play quality football. The manager has gotten the best out of them, and you look at Man United's defense as their defense is non-existent. I just feel like with the attack that they do have, they're going to get a chance. My only thing is Brighton don't execute their chances, so there's always hope for Man United. So I could honestly, I could see a Man United win because of Brighton's lack of goal scoring.
Okay, AK, what do you say? United or Brighton?
Yeah, I'm saying Brighton. In my opinion, Brighton, pound for pound, have the best midfield in the Premier League, pound for pound, because those two players, for the quality they have, they were purchased at very low prices. And compared to United's midfield, on a technical level, Brighton can easily bypass United's midfield. Brighton can score goals. Brighton aren't very, like, they're very miserly. They don't concede a lot. United, the only way I see United winning this is on a counter and probably a Rashford and a Bruno moment of individual brilliance. I don't see United dominating or outclassing Brighton anyway. If anything happens, Brighton will miss a lot of chances and United will win in a smash and grab.
Nimo, what are you saying? Brighton or United?
Maguire's playing that game, right?
No, he's suspended.
Oh, wait, so who's that playing?
A bunch of guys from the streets that they can find.
Yeah, I think Brian won that. Brian pressed the hell out of teams. And yeah, United can't do that.
Rob, what are you saying? Brighton or United? Rob?
I would say Brighton. United have been in great form. They don't have a lot of great attackers and defenders right now, so I will say Brighton.
Gatlock, Brighton United.
Yeah, it's the funny thing is, it is a kind of game where everyone is saying Brighton, makes me want to just say United.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm actually getting that feeling about like you can't count them out.
Because that's why this is one of those games that United win 1-0.
exactly.
So basically, it's one of those games where Brighton outplay them, chance after chance after chance.
But they can't score.
They just can't score.
Yeah,
You have to just get something.
After United beat Fulham,
don't do any revenge.
It's not revenge. It's a simple question, Elias. How many Premier League goals does Weghorst have?
No.
RTS, you're so predictable. Your reverse jinx ain't gonna work.
Creative outlet, man. Respect your 10.
It's a valid question.
RTS, your reverse jinx parts are poor. They are
It's a
poor.
valid question.
Yeah, George, we can hear you. We'll come back to you, George. We'll come to you. Go ahead, talk to me.
You were on. Good evening, good morning, whatever it is, where you from.
All right, George, we'll get to you, George. Okay, Gatlo, talk to me.
The thing is, because when United beat Fulham, I was thinking everybody was saying Manchester derby. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I think Brighton will win. But now that people are saying, okay, now I think Brighton will win, I'm starting to think that United will win. I don't know why, but I still can't see past Brighton, man. I mean, it's a cup competition, so it's different from league, just like how Napoli are. So it should be Brighton. But yeah, Brighton. I'll go for Brighton.
So George, what are you saying? Brighton or Man United for a chance in the FA Cup final?
I'll start with great show, great vibes. Thank you for the chat, guys. Thank you for the stream. Second of all, I would like to comment on the subject of the guy that said that Chelsea have always have the players that everybody else wanted is actually wrong. But back on the Premier League subject, boys, can we all agree that Spurs are the laughingstock of the Premier League this year? And at the same time, they're still in the top four.
Chelsea.
Is it not Liverpool, though? The
Chelsea.
quadruple. 5 months ago, the quadruple to 10. And I'm not saying it as a Man United fan. For me, the fall of Liverpool is even bigger.
No, it has to be Chelsea.
Bro, yeah, all over the place,
600
man.
M.
Like, just talk about the Brighton game, man. Who do you think is winning?
Brighton United FA Cup.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's the subject.
Yeah, that was the question. Like your
It
thoughts
will
on
be a
Brighton.
miracle if United win.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. I'll answer you who the back four I think is going to be. I went to the Burnley game, the first game after the World Cup. Casemiro, was playing as a centre back, and he made Lindelof look good. We kept a clean sheet against Burnley. If you know Burnley are top of the championship. Not a team that you can underestimate. Casemiro was a centre back. I don't think he's going to be Shaw. I think it's going to be Casemiro and Lindelof. But right now, for me, the team that plays the best football in the Premier League, just my opinion, is Brighton.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, but who do you think is going to go through? So if you had to choose Brighton or Man U for the FA Cup semi, who would you choose? Who goes through?
Obviously, I have to say United, but it's going to be very, very hard. Is it a home fixture, by the way? Sorry.
No, it's at Wembley.
It's an FA Cup semi-final, so no one plays at home.
Wait, George,
yeah, it's an FA Cup semi-final, so there is no home team.
So that might have an effect. United should go through, but after the Sevilla...
Wait, but hold up. I thought you said it would be a miracle if we would go through, though.
It will be. Do you know why? Do you know why?
Wait, hold on. Let George land. So yeah, miracle, go for it, George.
After the Sevilla thing, one thing
Sevilla.
that pisses me
You
off
don't pronounce
is
the L, but it's fine.
Inconsistency, bro. And I don't want to see United win every game or draw every game. All I want to see is United playing at the level where we're in the middle. And what I mean by that, so when we play good, we play good. But when we play bad, we play very fucking bad. The 7-0 against Liverpool and the Sevilla loss, it just doesn't make sense. That is not consistency. We might lose, no problem, but the way we lose, it just doesn't make sense. There's no fight.
So John, before we go to Brighton or Man U, who goes through to the final?
Brighton.
Okay. Elijah, what are you saying? Brighton or Man U?
If I have to put my money on it, Brighton.
Well, okay. Elijah, Brighton or Man U? Quickly, save me.
I'd rather. I think either if I don't know, is Rashford playing? If he scores, I'd take United 1-0 in normal time or Brighton on penalties.
All right, RDS, round us off, man. What do you say, man? And please be truthful, RDS. What do you say?
I'm being truthful. Brighton to go through, but potentially upset in the final. So we'll see.
Okay, so let's round this off and be out of here. So, Alhambra, they're hiring Poch because he managed Spurs through a stadium with developments.
Oh yeah, you're getting another stadium.
Oh, work experience, HH.
That is true, actually. That's the
Work
experience.
experience, man. Non-Guzman and Luis Enrique don't got that work experience, man.
This is a dub, This is a dub.
This is a dub, Alhambra. Alhambra, shout to you, bro. Shout to you, bro.
Like and retweet that, HH. You have to like and retweet that.
Like and retweet
it. So it's clear there'll be very few transfers going forward. It'll get worse. Oh, Lord in heaven. Simar Singh, will United do a boss parade if they do the cup double? I dare them to.
Hold on. RDS. So yeah, I know we were talking about promises being mentioned. Only one club has done this. AVI, please.
Oh my gosh! Wait, what are we doing here, man?
What is this? Only one
Say
club
that
has done.
again.
You know who that is. I'll be waiting.
Say that again.
I'll be waiting.
Oh my gosh, cool here, but okay. So guys, look, guys. Remember, guys, please, guys, hit that like button before you go. This is going to be on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to this in audio form on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Like that video, subscribe if you're new, and guys, we'll be back here on Sunday for the Sunday Hangout. Obviously, we'll be doing the FA Cup review post-match show. I'll be back here for the Sunday show. Peace out, stay true, stay real, and for the streets, thank you for the support. But screw you guys, you filthy, stinking cyber bullies, man. Peace out.